And we are coming down in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Getting Sports with Drunk. I'm your hostess, Cupcake the Riddler, and I'm joined by
Mark.
Machcine Washable.
Nah.
And you're joined by the Milwaukee Best.
That was gross.
The Red Baron.
You're joined by the Milwaukee Best?
Oh, you're also joined by... Kyle.
You're
love you.
retarded.
That's a cramp.
Oh boy.
Quick off-air joke.
Just off it. Uh-oh.
Read it out.
I was going to say, Rita, don't rush to aid.
You just gotta help the guy out. God.
Just put it in.
And then, look, she gives the minimal effort.
Oh, that's good enough.
Just don't really touch it.
Thanks, Rebecca. She got a wedgie right now again, just like last week.
I have shorts on.
So she does have a wedgie.
That's a dress. Anyway, what are you drinking, souls?
Oh, back-to-back days of wrench.
Back-to-back weeks, but good try.
Well, technically, it's Monday's a day.
But it wasn't a back-to-back day, because Tuesday is also a day, and that day comes between the two
Not
Mondays.
a real day.
Wednesday's a day.
Yeah, only Thursdays are days.
Okay, so that still comes between two Mondays.
Nah, you're wrong.
Machcine?
Next Thursday's a day.
I, in the spirit of Memorial Day...
Bullshit. In the spirit of free from the cooler at home.
Well, I had this plan through most of the weekend that I was going to take whatever cheap beer was at the house for the party.
Because he's a cheap bastard.
But I have
Just like your own Kendall.
the American Budweiser in the New York Yankees commemorative can.
Boo.
Yeah, well, later we're going to have Kyle read all these World Series championship years off.
We're not.
Come on, Kyle.
Baron. Red.
From Captain Lawrence and Carvel, Cookie Puss.
That's the best you got.
Yep.
It's because he didn't want to go buy his own
Give me
beer.
some jive voice.
You know, I bought him that beer, and he never paid me for it. Piece of shit.
I'll pay you.
No,
Come
he
on,
won't.
come on, 5 is jive.
5 is jive. Long neck.
I have from the wonderful state of, I think it's Vermont, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Vermont. Lawson's Finest Liquids, Sip O Sunshine, IPA.
The
Yes?
ship of sunshine.
Is that still made at Two Roads?
No.
No, I wasn't sure.
No, it went back to Vermont.
Excuse me.
Went back to Vermont. Toast of Excellence.
Go ahead, Souls.
Mock, go.
I have a couple.
All right.
I have a couple. One is to, I don't know if you guys saw the video of Kevin Hart playing a pickup game of basketball with his daughter.
Yep.
He's playing on like a short hoop and then he just dunks over. It's so funny. My other one, I don't know if I didn't send the picture out to you guys, but I showed Kyle in the car. There was a guy it was the last game between Toronto and Milwaukee. And there was a guy standing with a sign saying, Giannis ain't winning in Toronto. Thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
My other one is to Dustin Pedroia.
Boo. Dump the Yankees beer out.
Nah, listen, he was a lifelong Red Sox player, but I always liked Pedroia. He was the professional athlete everyone
the beer.
liked.
Dump the beer.
I'm sorry.
Kyle,
But-
scratch a couple World Series off that can.
But it looks like his career's done. So, sorry. Then my last one, Ric Flair making a full recovery. Gave us all a scare.
Another full recovery?
Yeah, he's just beating the odds, man.
He doesn't have a liver. Souls?
So my toast of excellence is to the Toronto Raptors, knocking out the Milwaukee Bucks in 6. Playoff Kawhi is God.
All right. Baron, Red?
Mine is a toast of excellence / super silence. Bill Buckner passed away Unfortunately, known as kind of like the guy who screwed up the Red Sox World Series bid.
He was a good
but
player, though.
Good player, and unfortunately, he shouldn't be. That shouldn't be the only thing he's known for.
What about Bart Starr? He died.
About Star, I didn't think of that. Sorry, but
He shouldn't be. He was old.
well,
85.
good player.
Yeah.
Ice Bowl.
Riddler?
I don't have one.
All right.
No, I'll give one. I guess. Think. I
got another one if you want me to.
Go ahead.
So, the Phillies just called up a guy
Oh god.
yesterday.
Here we go.
With the-
McHammer.
But the best name in baseball. J.D. Hammer. Congratulations on your call-up, kid.
What do the initials stand for?
I don't know.
John Denver.
Jack Dick Hammer. John Denver Hammer.
Stupid.
Souls. What's it stand for?
I don't know. Julian?
Julian Dominic.
Hammer.
I like it. Sounds good to me.
Just bring out the hammer, you know?
Ham's best.
Just 'cause I can't think of anything, I'm just gonna give it to Luis Giolito and El Hoy Jimenez. The first White Sox since 2001, both under the age of 21, to pitch a complete game shutout and hit a home run in the same game.
No?
Under 25. Yeah, the last two to do it were Mark Burley and Paul Canarco.
And John Jay.
What?
He's a White Sox. I don't think he played yet.
Wait, what was the stat?
So, having your pitcher throw a complete game shutout, and you know how they make up the stats for fun?
Yeah.
So, pitching a complete game shutout and then having another player hit a home run in the same game where both players are under the age of 21.
All right, I thought you were saying it was the same player doing that. And I was like, when did Konerko throw a complete game?
You know,
Wow.
one time.
2004.
that's incredible.
As a Dodger.
Watch your fucking mouth over there.
Hey.
So we can crack him?
Yeah. Pussy.
I've been waiting to use this thing for like an hour.
An hour?
Well, since
You've
we
been
got-
drinking beer since like 2.
Well, I got this only when we got here.
Why'd you get it when we got here?
Because Kendall brought a whole bag.
Are those Becks?
Yeah.
We have so much stuff at
You
work.
just give them to Lenny.
I could, but I didn't think of that.
Give him the whole bag.
Here you go. You drink beer.
Here you go, you drink beer. All right, Souls,
Hey.
go ahead.
Which one are we doing first?
It's up to you. Probably the basketball one would be the best.
Okay. So. what
Nope. We're going off air.
We're going to take a quick break. What do you got, Souls?
So, the NBA All Teams came out.
False.
Kyle, just push through it.
I don't want to be interrupted. I forget this.
What?
Yerp. So the NBA All Teams came out.
Nope.
And today we're gonna have a discussion on if we agree where they're ranked and who should replace them if they were not ranked. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Kendall, can you bring up the All Teams?
Yes, I want to get you a good.
Oh, I already got it.
Oh, did you want me to put it on the screen?
No.
No. All right.
Go fuck yourself, Kendall.
Whoa! We're having a nice time here.
Think.
Think.
How many people here at this table love Kendall Reed? You're not at the table.
I think he's a all right guy.
Yeah.
Would you love him more if he was your boss and he'd sleep with you?
Maybe. We'll see what happens next Saturday. Here's hoping.
Don't want to kiss and tell now.
All right, so
What a
do you want me to just read off like the third team?
Yeah, read off the third team first. Work our way up.
All right, okay. So NBA all third team. Guard from the Charlotte Hornets, Kemba Walker. Guard from Oklahoma City Thunder, Russell Westbrook. Center from the Utah Jazz, Rudy Gobert. Forward from the LA Lakers, LeBron James. And forward from the Detroit Pistons, Blake Griffin.
Okay, so I agree with all of them but LeBron.
You think he should be higher?
I don't think he should be in it at all.
Why?
He missed 27 games.
They averaged 26, 9, and 9.
Yeah, but he took his team nowhere.
They averaged 26, 9, and 9.
But
But the all team accolades aren't based off what your team did.
Yeah, but
That's
it's
an
just a-
individual.
I mean, towards the end of AI's tenure in Philadelphia, did he make some all teams? Because those Sixers teams weren't that great.
They made the playoffs
Not every year.
mostly every year.
Not every year.
They never won anything, but they made the playoffs.
But I mean,
I think he missed too much of time. I think,
so why does Kemba Walker belong on it?
he didn't miss any time.
But he didn't take his team anywhere.
Yeah, but like he was the reason why they were good.
They weren't good. They missed the playoffs.
Why they had wins.
I mean, the Lakers didn't really win without LeBron,
They played
They
better
did.
without him as a team.
but they didn't play better in terms of wins.
And when he came back, they just continued to lose.
You see though?
I bet you they won more games percentage-wise with him than they did without him. And he still averaged like 26, 9, and 9.
Yeah, but the numbers are kind of inflated because he missed so much time.
No, because it's based off of your playing time. It's not 26, 9, and 9 out of 82 games. I mean, what? Okay, so if he played 82 games, he would have averaged 25, 8, and 8.
I don't know. I don't think he belongs there.
So then who do you replace him with? Didn't do your homework. What are you doing? Why are you putting it up there? I have it here.
No, so the people watching the Facebook Live can
It's
see.
on the Facebook Live video.
I don't give a fuck about Facebook Live.
Whoa! There's two of us watching.
Yeah, you and Mock.
Yeah.
Rebecca and Mock. I'm not tuning in. I quit!
So then, Kyle, who would you put in over LeBron?
Bradley Beal.
As a forward?
Yeah. He plays
No.
small forward sometimes.
No. Pick again. You pick Bradley Beal?
Yeah. He deserves it.
But he's not a forward.
Yeah, he is.
He just looks like a forward. I did that to make Mike laugh. I just knew it.
I was explaining to your dad today how much I hate that argument that you always throw out. Well, he looks like a Laker, so I hate it.
Kyle, in your opinion, where do you think he should be playing?
Who?
By his look alone, Bradley Beal.
Wizard.
Hate it.
Only team. He actually looked good as a Knick too.
I think Rudy Gobert should be higher.
You named the third team?
Yeah. I think Rudy Gobert should be higher.
Over
Over who?
I think he should be in the second team.
and take out Embiid.
And put Embiid in the third team. Personally.
Can you give me Embiid's line?
Look at stats?
Yes, please.
Sure.
Why, thank you. I'd like to hear it. Because a big hater of the 76ers, I'm a Knicks fan after all, Kyle. So
You're not.
I
You're
have
not.
to hate the
Anyway.
76ers. No, we're going to continue this.
Gobert's a better defender than Embiid.
All right, so Rudy Gobert in the I think this is in the 2018-19 season played 81 games. He averaged 16 points on 67. This is bad. This is bad stats. Hold on.
Quite all right. No problem. No problem. I put you on the spot there. My bad. That was my bad.
You should do that.
Kyle, any comments you'd like to say? This is your time. Anyone
All right.
air out some dirty laundry?
So, no, that's also wrong. This is terrible.
I don't know. All three of them.
Here we go. All right. He averaged. No, that's also wrong. What the fuck is going on with NBA.com right now?
All three centers could easily be 1, 2, and 3. Just the better defender out of all three is Rudy Gobert, and the best offensively player is Joel Embiid. Jokic is kind of just all around great. You know, he can make the pass, he can score, he can shoot. He just can't run. He was like a doofus when he runs.
But you think he deserves the
Yeah,
position,
he deserves it.
Yeah. I don't think there's really. I mean, the season was just like I don't know if he'll duplicate it again.
All right.
He probably
Here we
duplicated
go.
it.
So,
Yeah.
Gobert averaged 13 rebounds a game, including 4 offensive rebounds, 2 assists, 2.5 blocks, a steal, and 15.9 points a game.
All right.
And Embiid. Embiid did 27.5 points per game, 13 rebounds, 3.7 assists, 1.5 blocks, 0.7 steals. Did I say points? Yeah, 27.5 points.
27.5.
13 rebounds. I just think that Rudy Gobert overall played better throughout the course of the season. I think that he means more to that team as a whole. I think they had pretty much similar success in terms of a team. And if we'll use the argument that Souls used earlier. Gobert played the whole season and B didn't.
Okay. All right.
I mean, he
I
only
have a
missed like
question?
20 games, but
Are you able to pull up a graphic to see who's was on which team?
what do you mean?
So, like, this is a list of names just so we can see who was, first, second, third. If it's available.
Let me see if this thing, I don't know if this is old or not.
Yeah, that's very old.
Well, that's Isaiah Thomas.
Oh, my God. look at DeAndre Jordan.
Those are some good names, though. We can talk about that one.
I was all excited about this one. What year was this?
2 years ago.
2 years
Yeah.
ago?
Isaiah Thomas had a hell of a year.
Yeah. Now he doesn't play. Well, Butler was still a Bull. So you got that.
Looks the same, though. He's got
Yeah.
that same mean
Angry.
mug.
Did you guys see? Oh, I remember my toast of excellence now. Dwayne Wade for keeping a good sense of humor. He posted a picture on Instagram
Yeah.
of him in like a shorts bathing suit, and everyone's commenting about how it looks like he has a little penis. And then
He's just like, hey, whatever.
yeah, and someone commented on it, guys, he's a grower, not a shower. Otherwise, he wouldn't be banging Gabby. And then he commented it with a thumbs up emoji.
Let's see. Well, this doesn't help the viewers, really, but for us.
The guards pretty much all make sense. Damian Lillard and I don't think Kyrie had the good of a season.
What are you talking about?
Just looking at it.
So you're just gonna start shouting out names from different teams? I thought we were going team by team.
Oh yeah. Blake Griffin definitely deserves it.
Do you think Klay Thompson should be in there?
Yeah,
You could put Clay over LeBron if you wanted.
I'd probably do that.
I don't know. The guy still averaged 26.99, 27.99.
Did Clay miss any time this year?
A couple.
Every Warrior missed at least 5 games.
You see Clay's reaction though? He kind of looked upset when he didn't make one.
Well, yeah, because
It's a huge contract.
it's like 50. It's like $500,000 or $5 million a year.
It worked out to where now like his max contract is like $50 million less or something. It cost him a lot of money not making.
Kemba too.
I think Cat missed out on like $32 million.
Well, Kemba's gonna earn more money now because he made it.
No, I think he's missing out though because he was supposed to be second team, right? Because part of it. I don't know. It's all stupid. It's all fucking. So you're gonna tell me that okay? It's just dumb. Where it's like the max contract thing is stupid. It's like this is the max amount of money you get, and then here's a different made up number for you.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna let you have a different made up number. Kevin Durant gets the biggest number, and then you know what?
Supermax.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It's like Kevin Durant, you get this money, but Antetokounmpo can only get this money, and then Leonard gets that money. Everyone gets their own money. Everyone's got their own green gold safe. Green gold. Yeah.
I liked it.
What do you think of Russell Westbrook? You think he deserved it?
Yeah, he averaged a triple double.
I think as long as he does that, he's gonna make one of these teams.
He averaged a triple double.
He just shoots so much.
Who cares?
He's
He
so
averaged a triple double.
inefficient.
Who cares? I don't care. If you average 22 points a game and you shoot 20% from the field, that just means you have nowhere to go but up. Here's the deal. This is my argument to every single person that has to say things about like Westbrook shooting. Yeah, he had a really bad year. He shoots a lot. He's still not accustomed to the whole like I don't have to be the load carrier anymore because he's got Paul George. I get that. But, like, let's see. Russell Westbrook. Fucking things. It's asking me about James Charles. I don't know who that is. But he's all over the world.
Jamal Charles.
No, James Charles.
No, it's Jamal. He's in the NBA now.
No. I'm talking about that gay guy that, like, is catching all that flack.
Oh.
The YouTuber. You guys know what I'm talking about. Okay, so here's the deal. He averaged 22.9 points and 10.7 assists. That means that he averaged this season, at minimum, 32 points a game.
Yeah.
32 points a game. He averaged minimum 32 points a game.
Pretty darn good.
So everyone, I don't really care.
So I'm looking at this list. I have another question.
Well, please do tell.
All right. Do you
Why
think?
is Anthony Davis not?
No,
I know,
no,
we
no,
get
no.
Pels.
No.
Drew Holiday
Do
should
you
be on this
think
list.
Omir Sheik.
he should be on this list?
Damn
No,
it.
but I'm looking at, and like, to me,
You're wondering why Jason Pierre-Paul's injuries are always off the field.
and really significant. But like I said, I'm looking at the list, and like, to me, Damian Lillard is a much more complete player than James Harden. Harden is probably a better scorer.
Yeah, but James Harden's like the leading MVP candidate.
Yeah, he put up like 30 points a game.
Yeah.
But
Here's the deal: if you can average 30 points a game, it doesn't really matter what you do defensively.
well, what was Lillard averaging per game? Do you guys know roughly? It doesn't have to be the exact.
Probably about
number.
24.
It's just the type of thing that because Harden's put up those numbers, the Rockets are just outscoring everybody.
Yeah.
It's just the numbers don't lie.
They do that.
They do sometimes.
all the time.
No, not all the
Math
time.
is useless.
That's right. Never used math once in my life. Not even. Go to a restaurant. Tip. Here's a tip. Down the
Here's a tip.
Dame average 25.8 points a game.
So, all right. So about
25.9. He averaged 25.8, 6.9 assists, and 4.6 rebounds. Okay, there you go.
I don't like I said. I mean, Lillard to me is a much better defensive player. So I mean, is that someone you would rather have over a James Harden?
James Harden averaged 36 points a game and 7.5 assists.
All right.
So he
that's-
averaged
that's
more
good.
than 10 more points a game and averaged about
Yeah.
the same assists.
Yeah, the
And-
Rockets just let him do what he
and
wants.
I would like to add this. James Harden also averaged 2 steals a game this season.
Yeah.
He could play when he wants
He
to.
also for a guard had the best post defensive percentage in the
Yeah.
league.
When do they do the awards? Is it before or after?
What, like MVP and all that
Yeah.
shit? It's usually
before.
before the finals. So
Yeah.
it'll be tomorrow.
Do they do like a show like the NFL does?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't remember the Kevin Durant, Mom, you're the real MVP. And then all the memes that came from it.
The biggest thing is I think Kawhi should be first team. Paul George should be second team.
I don't know.
Paul George was like out of his
Yeah,
mind
Paul
this
George
year.
played absolutely insane this year.
No, Kawhi had a good season, but I mean, Paul George was unbelievable this year.
Kawhi changed that team.
But
The Thunder are kind of still the same. Kyrie Irving's just whatever.
But that's the thing. I mean, you
He's
can't
just a stat piler.
look at these things and look at the team. This is a purely individual. Like,
if this was based off team, then Kemba Walker would be on the first team. I mean,
Second team.
No.
I think Kemba Walker should be over Kyrie Irving anyways. For second team. I think Kemba had an all-around better year than Kyrie.
heard he wants to go down and play in New Orleans.
Who are we talking about?
Kemba.
No.
And Kyrie.
anybody on that list.
They're all coming down south.
Like that voice that guy coming down.
It's very Mike Hatfield.
Yeah. Shout out Mike Hatfield. Hopefully he tunes in tonight.
Yeah, I don't know. There's two of us watching right now.
Yep.
And I'm one of them.
That's okay. That's A-okay.
But I mean, other than that, I mean, for the most part, I'm okay with these lists. I mean, the only player I really think should be on there somewhere is Clay. But
Now, how much, is this, for All-Star voting, it seems like it's just the same players. Is any of that kind of in this sort of award as well?
All right.
Pretty much if you make the All-Star team, you're making an All-Team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, it's similar. Like in football, you have the fan vote Pro Bowl.
So does that
and
make
then you
this
have-
does that make this a joke? Then or is it?
No.
This has big implications around contract time.
Well, I guess I agree with Riddler said about
Real
the
quick,
points
just-
LeBron
just-
had.
No, just real quick. The go back to the Paul George Kawhi thing. Paul George had more points, more blocks, more steals, had more points, blocks, steals, assists, rebounds, and offensive rebounds, and shot a better 3-point percentage than Kawhi. Kawhi had a better field goal percentage, a better free throw percentage, and had less turnovers. So, I mean, really, if you break it down, Kawhi is the better defender in terms of like percentages and holding opponents to points. But in terms of voting and things like that, I mean, Paul George averaged more blocks and more steals a game than Kawhi did.
I wonder when these lists get made. Like, I know they got released just a few days ago.
They get voted on from the time the season ends to when they get released.
Do you want to see the voting totals?
Yeah.
Now, who votes?
With the press and...
So it's like the NFL All-Pro thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Because that's the thing, like...
It's... Wait, what did you say it was? What?
I think the press has a lot to do with it.
All right, so this is like an article here, but Antler Combo and Harden both received 100 ballots to finish with 500 points each for first team votes. That doesn't really mean much to me. But perhaps you could break it down better than I understand. Steph Curry had 482 points, 91 first team votes. So you could vote for first team and second team with the same player?
You vote first team. Like, I'm pretty sure you would get 3 votes. You could vote one player first team, one player second team, one player third team. And then it's a point total. So say a first team vote is, I don't know, say 50 points. A second team vote is 30 points and 15 points.
Here's someone like a
and then it's a point total at the end.
See, I'm thinking of this like all wrong. I'm doing it like by like team standards and all that.
But that's what I mean. This is a purely individual based list.
I don't like the All NBA teams because it's done by sportscasters, which I think is bullshit. And they do it by like a point system, which I get. It's like, once they ask you, a sportscaster, who's your first NBA All team, who's your second, who's your third. You write down your 5, and your 5, and then each of those players gets. The first team people get 5 points, the second team get 3, and the third team get 1. Whoever has the most points, at the end of all of it gets it. The defensive team is voted on by strictly only the 30 NBA head coaches. Those are the only people whose votes matter for NBA All Defensive Team. That's what it should be. The NBA All Team, it should be voted on by the league. It should be voted on by the
sports
players.
Should be that way. I think all sports should be that way. Even in football, you have the All Pro. Let it just be the coaches. Put the 32 head coaches in a room. And let them make their list. But I'm saying just figuratively.
Just have them submit your 11 best offense, your 11 best defense. You give them a point. You get a point per vote.
I don't think Anthony Davis should even be like considered.
Look, Domantas Sabonis got some votes.
Dwayne Wade got a vote.
Well, Kyle, he got 1 13 vote.
Yeah.
he got 1 vote.
Look, Vucevic, he got in the action too.
He had a very good year. Aldridge could be up there, but I don't know. I think it's all popular vote again. Marvin Bagley got votes.
That's awesome.
I was going to say, where's Giroux at? But I see him right there. 1 vote.
Yep, Dwayne Wade.
Mm-hmm. He put out a video saying that he thanked whoever voted for him but said that they should have voted for Klay Thompson.
Yeah, I saw that.
D'Lo could be up there too, though. I think D'Lo could replace freaking Kyrie. I don't know. I think it's all popular opinion. It's like,
well, then I guess that's what I'm asking you guys, because is it at all a joke? Because I want to go back a second, and I feel like, and Paul brought up that LeBron, I guess, does deserve, because the stats are there. I feel, but I feel like LeBron would be on the list even if the stats were worse than they. I mean, I don't know.
You mean just for the namesake?
For the namesake, I guess. I mean. So LeBron was first team last year.
In past seasons, maybe this year, I mean, he caught a lot of flack this year, just because the team was not good. And I know, like we said, this is an individual thing.
He also gave up defensively a lot.
Yeah. This was just kind of like a really odd year in the LeBron world.
And it's crazy.
Kyrie Irving beat D'Angelo Russell on everything except for assists, and D'Angelo Russell beat him by 0.1. I mean, he didn't blow him out of the water in every category, but he was better.
Because I'm looking at it all wrong. I know I am. I'm talking about like team standards.
But that doesn't matter.
No, I get that. I'm just saying like
That's like
how I would vote for is like how
you're looking at you're doing like you're flopping the way it should be done. The way you're looking at the all teams is how the MVP should be looked at.
Yeah.
And the way you're looking at the way you like would look at maybe like the MVP is how you should look at the all teams. The all teams is 100% statistic based. That's all it is stats. And the MVP is like, for example, I think that Antler Combo, for example, I think that Kemba Walker and James Harden deserve the MVP more than Giannis.
I agree with
because
what you're
without
saying.
those two players, those teams would be. I mean, the Hornets would probably be the worst team in basketball, and the Rockets probably would have made the playoffs. Because you got to remember, they were barely holding on to a 6th seed when he was averaging like 45 points a game.
Yeah.
So, but Giannis, I mean, there's a good team around him. Same thing with Kawhi. Same thing, you know.
Well, you've said that before here. Like Steph Curry should never win an MVP, as long as he can go with that team in Golden State.
Like, don't get me wrong. If Curry went out and averaged 34 points a game and 14 assists, then yeah, he deserves MVP. But right, like, would the Golden State Warriors miss the playoffs without Steph Curry? If Steph Curry didn't play in all 82 games, would they miss the playoffs?
No, but I think they'd be a lower seed.
Yeah, maybe a 5-6 seed, but they'd still make the playoffs.
Yeah.
If James Harden wasn't on the Rockets, would they have made the playoffs?
No.
If Embiid was on the Sixers, would they have made the playoffs?
It's tough.
Maybe because of how bad the East is. But if Giannis wasn't on the Bucks, would they have made the playoffs? Yeah. Low seed or lower seed, but they would have made it. If Kemba wasn't on the Hornets, would they be the worst team in basketball?
Up there, yeah.
If D'Angelo Russell wasn't on the Nets, would they have made the playoffs?
No.
If Jokic wasn't on the Nuggets, would they have made the playoffs?
Maybe.
Way lower seed though.
Yeah, 8 seed.
If Rudy Gobert wasn't on the Jazz, would they have made the playoffs?
No.
So I'm saying it's like those are the players that should be getting MVP votes.
But I agree, but I think the majority of fan bases won't accept things like that.
No, I understand. What about NBA defensive team? So your forwards were Giannis Antetokounmpo and Paul George. Your guards were Eric Bledsoe and Marcus Smart, and your center was Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you think Marcus Smart deserves it over Kawhi?
As a guard, isn't Kawhi a forward?
Yeah, but
I think Marcus Smart's the best defender for a guard in the NBA.
I agree.
So I think he deserves that.
Do you think Eric Bledsoe deserves it?
I'm not gonna say yes or no because I haven't really watched him play this year. To be honest, like I know Marcus Smart's one of the best defenders in basketball.
Pelican on the second team. Yep.
Yeah, the NBA second team was Drew Holiday, Klay Thompson, Joel Embiid, Draymond Green, and Kawhi.
Like, I would put Klay up there over Eric Bledsoe, or even Drew Holiday over Bledsoe.
Fair.
I just personally haven't seen Eric Bledsoe play enough this year to make that change.
Other than that, I think that list
Here's
is
some
good.
players that got significant votes. The only two players that didn't make it that got significant votes were Danny Green and Pat Bev. Souls. And then after that, there was Derek White, Jimmy Butler, Westbrook, Chris Paul, James Harden, Brogdon, and then it goes on.
Brogdon is a very good defender. I think he's a little underrated. But Jimmy Butler didn't have the best defensive years.
What do you think about Ben Simmons only getting 2 second-team votes and that's it?
I think he should have more. I think he played very good defense. He just doesn't play the point guard. He plays everybody 3 or 4.
Danny Green got 19 first-team votes and 28 second-team votes for 66 total votes. and got 66 total points. He missed out. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that's weird. Danny Green's a forward, right?
He's a guard.
Oh, he's a guard? Okay.
He may run the three, but not often.
Okay.
Question for you guys.
Danny Green got more votes than Draymond.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Draymond did take a step back this year, but I didn't.
Well, Draymond's a forward though, so he got the yeah. But I'm just saying he got more points. And I think Pat Bev would have got more if he was like a regular starter.
Yeah, he starting the second half of the year.
Yeah.
When they
I
made
think if he
their
started
run.
the whole season, I think he'd be on the second team.
I'm not gonna lie though; those two Clipper guards can both easily make an NBA defensive team.
Yeah.
Because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was one of the best defenders this year. They just didn't play him enough until they made the run at the end.
Mock,
Yes.
what do you have to say?
I mean, I agree with these two lists. I can't think of anybody I would put in over somebody. But I think they're all right. I mean, maybe Kawhi over Bledsoe, but like Kyle said, I don't know enough about him.
Well, the reason why Ben Simmons will never make a defensive team is because he doesn't go up against his position. He's a point guard that goes up against the other team's 3 or 4,
Mhm.
which is always their best player. You know what I'm saying? He'll always do that because he has the length. He's a very good defender. It just
Gotcha.
they're going to score 30 points a game.
Right.
They're going to do that because they're that good. Like he covers Kevin Durant when they play the Warriors.
And does a good job.
And any night, Kevin Durant's going to put up 30, even how great the defense is.
Mhm.
That's the type of. That's how that's.
It's one of those things. Pat Bev for me is like one of those what ifs. Because like imagine Pat Bev, but with Kawhi's body.
Yeah.
Be the best defender in basketball. All right, what about the NBA All Rookie second team? You got Kevin Huerter, Mitchell Robinson. All right, I'll name the teams because only Kyle's gonna know these guys. Kyle and I would. Kevin Huerter from the Atlanta Hawks, Mitchell Robinson from the Knicks, Landry Shamet and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander from the Clippers, and Colin Sexton from the Cavaliers. That's your NBA All Rookie second team. What do you think?
I agree with it because the rookies didn't really. But it's not like the first 5 are going to be the first 5. They deserve to be there because usually in the first and when you pick rookies, the first 5 picks are the only ones that really do anything for you, and then it's just a crapshoot. But Landry Shamet was a Sixer before he got traded to the Clippers, and then he kind of did a thing over there. He can only shoot, but he did enough to make it. If you're looking at the list right now, first top 5 picks, like the first NBA rookie all first team was the first 5 picks of the draft. Then you take a significant, you got a second round pick in there. You got a 23rd, I believe, late second. Gilgeous was 12 and Colin Sexton was 6. So anything after 5 is always a crapshoot. And I agree with those lists. Those are the rookies that played well. Colin Sexton came on at the end.
Hey, why isn't Simmons on there?
Didn't have that great of a year. He'll win Rookie of the Year though.
Kevin Huerter started off the year very good. I don't think the second half he played was very good at all. So
Whatever, got to win Wade jersey.
like, obviously the rookies weren't strong this year for him to be able to make it after. I don't think he had that impressive a stat line. Mitchell Robinson came out of nowhere and played amazing defense for the Knicks. He's never going to be a scorer.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think if Wendell Carter Jr. never got hurt,
He would have been on the second team.
I think he would have taken over Ayton's spot. Ayton didn't play lights out.
He just scored a lot.
No, he's just the best center in the rookie class. After Wendell Carter Jr. went down, what rookie was going to take his spot? Mo Bamba?
He got hurt too.
But I'm just saying, would Mo Bamba have taken DeAndre Ayton?
If he stayed healthy, maybe. But Vucevic played a lot of time over him, so I see Mo Bamba being traded this year. So, that's my opinion.
To who?
76ers.
No, the Hawks. I can see the Hawks packaging those 2 picks for him. Or another needy center team. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. The Kings could use him because they might want to move on from Willie Cauley-Stein.
They should.
Just, could move on, could shoot a little bit. He's not the greatest offensive player, but he can play defense. And even the Grizzlies, they could use him because they dismantled the team. The Magic need a point guard. Obama for Mike Conley.
I think if he didn't get hurt, Wendell Carter Jr. played half the season. He played 44 games. In those 44 games, he was shooting 20% from three, 80% from the free throw stripe. He was averaging 7 boards, 2 assists, 2 blocks, a steal, 1.5 turnovers, and 10.5 points. And his role only would have increased. He would have been the starting 5 at that by the end of the season.
Yeah.
I think Wendell Carter Jr. would have taken over DeAndre Ayton.
But I do agree with those lists because those are the best rookies I played this year.
Kyle, were you surprised by Trae Young this year?
No.
You think Trae Young's going to win Rookie of the Year?
No. Luka Doncic will win Rookie of the Year.
But what?
He shot better.
Yeah, but
his game is more to the NBA level now.
Is it though?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
He also made
But if you
shots.
go back and you look at the top 5, most points scored by a rookie in a game this season, the top 5 performances, Trae Young has 2, and so does Luka Doncic. If you go back and you look at the top 5 assist games, Trae Young has all of them.
Yeah.
Trae Young finished top 5 in the league in assists.
Yeah, but it wasn't until they traded, until the Chris Porzingis trade, Luka Doncic then took over the point guard role. Then he started being a playmaker, and he gets rebounds, and he's not the greatest at defenders, but both of them are. Trae Young gonna score. He's the guy in Atlanta. They let him play 35, 40 minutes a night. Luka Doncic, I think they didn't play him as much to not ruin him.
What do you mean by that?
Because
Like, you're talking his confidence? Or?
no, just like to his body. Because now they got Porzingis. They see what happened to Porzingis because the amount of minutes he played.
Right. Okay.
And I think they're trying to think of, hey, we're already out of it. We'll give him those days off and stuff like that. That's how the NBA works.
No, I follow. It makes sense.
If Trae Young won it, I wouldn't be mad either. He definitely deserves it. But in my opinion, I think Luka Doncic was the better overall player this year. And Jaren Jackson was good too for a while. Then the NBA length got to him. And Bagley could easily be in the running if he started, but he came off the bench.
I don't think he would have won it anyway.
2 Hawks made it, though, first and second team. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, the Hawks and the Clippers have bright futures.
Yep. But Shamit's a little too small to be a small forward. They just kind of put him there because Gallinari got hurt.
The Clippers still have a bright future, though.
Oh, yeah. I'm not saying that they don't, but...
They arguably were the second best team in the West if you really break it down based off of how teams played in the playoffs this year. They're the only team that actually gave the Warriors trouble.
The new team in LA people will care about.
And players want to go there. So,
which first team was better, last year's or this year's?
Last year's.
Yeah.
You got more stars than that one.
Well, there's stars now.
Yeah.
So, but the end of last season versus the end of this season, which team would you feel more comfortable with?
Last year's.
You think Bogdanovich is like the equivalent of Chadwick to us? Just wondering. It's odd that his name is that way.
A real question?
It's just something I noticed. I've been thinking about it for a while. Like, if, Kylesworth. Like, it's not his name, but
Bogdanovich is his name.
Right. I'm just no one's last name is gonna be Chadwick. I don't think.
I think it's out there.
I know a Charles Chadwick.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, sorry, Charlie.
I think that I think that rookie's second team is better than this year's first team.
What, Lonzo, Bogdanovich, Collins, Jackson, and Smith?
Mm-hmm.
Even look at that, another Hawk.
Dennis Smith Jr. is a Nick.
John Collins is very good.
Better than Ben Simmons?
No,
Will be.
he could be. He's better. They're different games, but I think John Collins has a brighter.
Who's better, Shaq or Isaiah Thomas?
Which one?
Celtics, Isaiah Thomas.
Shaq.
But different games.
I'm
Dumb argument.
No, I'm
is the
saying
point.
more
I hate
of-
that. It's like I hate that. Like, okay, who's let's break it down. We'll go to NFL. Okay, who's better, Jerry Rice or LaDainian Tomlinson?
Jerry Rice.
But different games.
Nah.
It is. But I'm saying like that's. I just hate that argument because if you have that argument, you need to stick to that argument. And I'm not just taking caught at you. This is something that you see all the time in sports. Oh, it's a different game. All right, well then don't make the comparison.
Yeah,
Like,
that's fair.
It's like if someone out there is gonna say, oh well, it's a different era, then don't ever make the Jordan LeBron debate again. Never. You as a person are not allowed to ever say who was better because you just said different games. You can no longer ever compare Jordan to Kobe or LeBron. All different. Dumb. You're gonna stick to it. Stick to it. Session.
Oh.
Riddler rant. 7.
No, these things are always just tough to like think about.
I was looking through the list. It was interesting. Since 2006 was the last. 2006 LeBron was second team, but every year after he was first team until this season. I thought it was interesting.
I think he was hurting that year too that he made the second team.
He was just a bitch.
Was
this year.
that still Cavs or was he Heat then?
Cavs?
Cavs. Well, I can't.
He went to the Heat in like 2000 and like
9.
I can't remember my timeline. All right, so 3 years.
we were in high school
forgive
when he
me.
went to the Heat.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. We're old men now.
I'm older than you. And you. Not
I
you.
have an
Prove
NBA
it.
question. Are we good on the list?
Yeah.
Yeah, fine. Everyone will do the private stock.
No, I
You
came
notice that
across
since
this-
we put it in that pump, no one's been
Yeah.
drinking it?
We could do some more private side.
All right, hold
Not
on.
down
hold on.
fresh glasses.
So I came across this on Instagram today, and I don't know if any of you guys saw it, but ESPN posted it, and it was a like, which would you have rather seen happen? And there was 4 choices.
He told me this yesterday.
Who?
I hear it.
Oh.
So the first one was that Michael Jordan never retired the first time. The second one was that
Did you get this from Christian Kowski's Facebook?
no, this was on ESPN's Instagram.
Oh, I missed that. Sorry.
That Shaq and Kobe never split up. That LeBron and Kobe faced off in the finals, and that Derrick Rose never got injured.
So, all right, I'll take the lead on this one. Obviously, really biased. I would, of course, but here's the thing. Even outside of being a Bulls fan, I just think that there's a lot of people like we saw Kobe and Shaq both win championships after they split up. Michael Jordan still won 3 more championships after he retired. What was the other one?
Kobe facing LeBron in the finals.
Like, yeah,
I think that would have been cool.
That
but
would have been cool. That one 100% would have been cool, without a doubt. But what if Derrick Rose never got injured? If Derrick Rose never got injured, Russell Westbrook wouldn't be as amazing. Because Derrick Rose was doing that stuff. Derrick Rose was doing double clutch tomahawk dunks in games before Westbrook. Derrick Rose was getting ready to average triple doubles before Westbrook. Derrick Rose, who knows? I mean, my whole thing is, if I'm going to take the bias out of it, it'll be the Shaq and Kobe thing. Only because I think it would have been really cool to see that prime San Antonio Spurs team against that prime Lakers team. And it would have been those two in the Western Conference Finals every year for about 8 straight years. But you don't want to know what? It would be amazing.
Would have been
games.
entertaining.
You know what? I think that's different than what it is now. Because the Spurs were the definition of building their team. They didn't really sign anybody,
Right.
and they drafted their team, and I like that. And if they're good from just drafting, I think that's what people want to get mad about.
What are we talking about right now?
Like, I don't know. Just talk about that.
About what?
About what?
Like the Lakers versus Spurs thing.
Yeah,
And
but
why it would have been 8 years, but why it would have been okay.
Nobody said it wouldn't be okay.
Yeah, no. I'm
I
just.
feel like you just went on a really aggressive rant for no reason.
No,
Kyle was just like triggered.
I
very
think
good
that
No,
drafters.
I just would have liked it. Like, it just would have been very to see Kobe, because it would have been Kobe versus Manu and Tim Duncan versus Shaq for like a decade.
Pop versus Phil.
Yeah. Because Phil was the coach all the way up and through the Pau Gasol era, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it would have been Pop versus Phil. It would have been Duncan versus Shaq. It would have been Kobe versus Manu. And then it would have been Tony Parker versus Derek Fisher.
They had the advantage on
And
the
then
Spurs in that
the
one.
only person that would have really hated it would have been Robert Horry.
He would have switched every year.
Yeah. And we would have, and he would have a bunch
13.
of
He would have beat Bill Russell's record.
So, I mean, from an unbiased standpoint, I think that's the one. I mean, do we know? No, we don't know. But if Jordan didn't retire, would they have won 8 straight? Probably.
That's the one I would have wanted, because we don't know if he would have continued to win. I think the odds are highly in the favor, but...
Well, here's the thing. If Jordan didn't retire, they probably wouldn't have won 8 straight. Because Jordan came back like 2/3 of the way into that second season. And they got bounced by Shaq and the Magic. Actually, I was talking to Kyle about it. This season, we were talking about it yesterday. This season marks the 35th? 35th straight NBA Finals where somebody playing in the finals was a teammate of Shaq's at one point or another. Because this year is Danny Green's from when he was on the Cavs.
Wow.
35th?
Mm.
That's crazy.
Shaq should have 35 rings.
100%.
Wow, that seems like such a high number. How old is Shaq?
Shaq was drafted in 92, but we broke it down. We figured, say, if Shaq had a teammate, it says teammates check, so if Shaq had a teammate in 1992 that won it in 1985.
I gotcha. I was going to say, oh my God. Yeah, that's a...
See, I would have really liked to see Kobe versus LeBron. And then...
See, but my whole thing is like, I understand where that's coming from, but to what extent? When? Because think about it. Pre-Miami Heat LeBron versus Kobe would have been cool, but the Lakers would have destroyed that Cavs team. And then Miami Heat...
Shit Cavs versus shit Lakers.
Which wouldn't happen. But I'm saying, first 10-year LeBron Cavs would have lost the Lakers. Like, it would have been cool if they went up against each other, but it would have been for nothing.
It would have been the same result.
And then Miami Heat versus the Lakers, it wouldn't be LeBron versus Kobe. It would be the Miami trio versus Kobe and Pau. And then it would lose its luster.
Who else did they have?
Who? The
Lakers. They had one more piece.
Lamar Odom.
Well, they had Dwight Howard at one point. They had Andrew Bynum.
That was after that. I think they had Bynum.
Yeah. And then after that, it would have been aging Kobe versus LeBron. Like it wouldn't have. It just wouldn't. There's no point. It would have really held its luster. Like the idea, it's very romantic sounding.
Yeah,
but it would have never held its luster. It doesn't hold the Magic Johnson versus Larry Bird, the Karl Malone versus Michael Jordan. It doesn't hold that actual appeal through a series. It's just romantic sounding.
Well, for me, championships aside, I'm really big on how Jerry Rice has this.
Well, it wouldn't be the Bulls because then his favorite team wouldn't have won back-to-back championships in the 90s. That's the Rockets, Mock. Mock didn't know that.
Rockets. But like then,
Mock, can you name me 3 players on that Rockets team?
No.
If you can name me 1, I'll do a shot at private stock. If you can name me 2, Kendall will finish the private stock.
What year are we talking?
95, 96. I'll give you a hint. One of them is a TNT announcer now. Not Charles Barkley. Not Shaq. Not Ernie Johnson. The other one.
Is it the guy that sits right in the middle?
Yep. The black guy.
Yep. I don't know his
I'm
name.
lucky,
The guy
man.
that sits in the middle.
I know he never get him. That's what saved me.
The big trio for that team was Clyde the Glide Drexler, Kenny the Jet Smith, that's the TNT guy, and Akeem Olajuwon.
The Dream. Hakeem the Dream.
Yeah, they all had nicknames. Kenny the Jet, Clyde the Glide, Hakeem the Dream.
Man, imagine being the 4th guy.
Bill
Horry.
What's his nickname?
Robert Horry was on those teams.
What was his nickname?
Robert Big Shot Bob Horry.
That and ride the coattails of everybody good. Horry.
No, that's Juwan Howard.
Hey, he's now the coach of the Michigan Wolverines.
Your second
That's going to
favorite
be
sport.
Kyle's favorite team soon.
Yeah, he's
Guy
a
just looks like a
lifelong,
Wolverines coach.
lifelong Michigan fan.
He was part of the Fab Five. Thank you.
Okay.
Can you name another member of the Fab Five? Mock? Who's called a Mass?
Oh, Mike Massey.
Mike
Was
Massey.
Jalen Rose one?
Was?
Yeah. Can you name another one?
Name the best one.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Come on. He was in Like Mike.
He's also.
If
a
it's
TNT
Lil Bow Wow, I'm
announcer.
gonna be
He's not a
pissed.
TNT announcer.
He does like the games.
Yeah, he's not an announcer. He's a broadcaster.
He does NBA TV sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
His name rhyme with.
He played with Mike Bibby. His last name is similar to the things that come out of Peter Parker's hands.
His name rhymes with Driss Beber.
Is it Chris Webber?
That's
Oh,
right.
right.
George Foreman.
Almost with like no help too. Like, that guy, he's starting to learn
I know
basketball.
the one or the other one. I couldn't tell you the other one. The other one's Bobby King. I couldn't tell you the other one.
No.
Bobby King was just an asshole. That's why I know it.
Bobby King, Chris Webber, Jalen Rose. Who's the other one?
It was another guard that didn't make it.
What do you say? You Google it there, huh?
Eric Bledsoe.
No.
They have a 30 for 30, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
did.
you have a computer
Yeah,
there.
the best
You
one
can
Chris
look it up.
Webber's
Everybody
an
hates Christian
asshole
Laettner.
and called timeout with no timeouts left. And
Yeah.
that's how they lost the national championship.
And then none of them won championship. No, Jalen Rose did. Right?
Did he?
I think he was part of that Bulls team.
I don't think so.
Pretty sure.
Was he on the Bulls in the 90s?
Yes.
Then he won a championship.
I think he was part of the early 2000 Bull teams.
When did they all come out?
Like 96?
Who did you get drafted by?
The Raptors.
Do you know that for a fact?
No, but you can look it up.
Thank you for telling me that I can do that.
Jimmy King, Jalen Rose, Chris
Jimmy
Webber,
King.
Ray Jackson, and Juwan Howard. Don't know much about
Ray Jackson?
Ray Jackson.
Yeah, none of us do.
Well, let's learn about him. Let's see.
Read it to the viewers.
Well, we're going to go to the main article. All right, Ray Jackson, basketball. Born November 13th,
Nah, I never won a
1973. He was an American retired college and
Did he?
professional
No.
basketball player.
He did play with the Raptors, but like in 04.
Who did he get drafted by?
Guess.
Suns.
You get 3 guesses. I'll give you a hotter or colder geographically.
Was it the Pacers?
He played with them second, so you're cold. Geographically, you're cold.
It wasn't Chicago, though, right?
God, is that what you want your second guess to be? Because I said you were
Sure.
cold for Indiana.
Yeah, no.
I said you were cold for Indiana, so you want your second guess to be Chicago.
Phoenix.
You're not playing this.
Phoenix.
You're not playing this.
Kyle, is it Phoenix?
No, he never played for Phoenix.
Kyle,
That's
is it
false.
Phoenix?
Was it West or East?
Kyle, it's cold to Indiana.
All right, so West. All right, sorry.
Could be South.
Could be Southwest.
Like Phoenix.
Was it Phoenix?
Nah, he retired as a Phoenix Sun, though. But you're warm. We'll call it warm.
Sacramento.
I mean, if we're getting in a car and driving from Phoenix to this place, it's very far. But in terms of
Sacramento.
the whole state, the whole United States, you're warm.
Seattle Supersonics.
Memphis Grizzlies.
Kyle, you went like all the way back to the other coast.
Yeah, I did on purpose.
All right. Well, he was drafted by the Denver Nuggets.
You want to know where Ray
Just
Jackson
like I
played?
said.
Where?
Played for Denver, Indiana, Chicago, Toronto, New York, Phoenix.
Ray Jackson played for the Grand Rapids Hoop. And they are a team that folded in 2003.
Yeah, they're part of the D-League squad.
Actually, it's the Continental Basketball Association.
Oh, CBA. Collective Bargaining Agreement.
Mm.
All right.
This is amazing. Going through his points per game, I'm just looking at it like, so Denver, 8, Denver, 10, Indiana, 7, Indiana, 9, Indiana, 11, Indiana, 18, Indiana, 18, Indiana, 18, Chicago, 24, Chicago, 23, Chicago, 22, Toronto, 16, Toronto, 18, Toronto, 20, or 12, I mean, New York, 12, Phoenix, 3. Should have never left Chicago. He also averages career high in steals in Chicago. He also was the only time he ever played 82 games starting was in Chicago. Also played his career high in minutes per game in Chicago. Suck a sock, Kendall.
Yeah, bitch.
We're going to break. We'll be back in about, let me do some math. 240 seconds. Start your watch now.
And now, back to Getting Sports with Drunk on the PPRN Radio Network.
Welcome back to Getting Sports with Drunk. I'm your hostess, Cupcake the Riddler. I'm joined by assholes, and Kendall's a piece of shit. Souls, what do you got?
Man,
Hey,
loving that energy.
All right, so today we're gonna do a.
So, today on Getting Sports with Drunk, I'm your host, Souls Rathers.
You guys always interrupt me.
I'm sorry. Dude, I just love you.
You guys always interrupt me. All right. So we're gonna do an
Kyle,
overview.
I'm sorry for always interrupting.
I saw him setting it up over there. I watched him.
Mark, would you like to take the reins?
No, go ahead.
We're gonna do an overview of each team. We're gonna have a minute to talk about them. We're gonna pick out of this.
Wait, so you changed up the segment so
No.
all my homework means nothing now?
It means a lot, actually.
No, it doesn't.
It's just we're going to go team by team instead of just naming players.
Yeah.
Right, but
Your homework is still relevant.
no, it is if I get a team of a player I pick.
We're all going to talk all teams.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not.
Yeah, you will.
I'm not either, but
So we'll go around. We're gonna pick some helmets. That we acquired.
Did we find the missing one?
We'll
there
find
wasn't
out.
a missing one.
Oh.
According to Kyle.
And so far, we're gonna talk about the. Oh wow,
Right out of the gate.
the San Francisco Giants.
Look at that, souls.
They
What?
suck.
I don't understand why that's so funny, like right out of the gate.
Because we were talking about during the break that Kyle was really excited to talk about them.
So the Giants are 21-31, and they cannot hit the ball.
Not playing so hot baseball.
The last four hitters in their lineup are all batting under 200, and they have a guy named Steven Duger batting second.
So there's that.
So they got that going for them.
I think their leading RBI man's like 20.
Let's see if we can pull up their lineup real quick.
Now, I mean, it's really no surprise. The Giants are in a complete rebuild type deal. I think this is a year we'll see them move Bumgarner. I mean, they have to they have to break it down.
Okay, here's the thing, though. And I'm glad that there was the Giants because it's actually somebody that did present for his original segment. The Giants are 13 and a half games out of first, and it looks like they're entering the rebuild stage, as you just said.
Yeah.
But free agent or trade acquisition, I'm not really sure who. But Kevin Pillar is killing it for them.
He's batting like 200.
Yeah, but he's also leading the team in runs scored, RBIs, and stolen bases.
Well, let me. I mean, Kyle, I know you're not going to have this stat off the top of your head, but the way I look at baseball is I don't look at a season average like during the season. I tend to try and see the last like 10, 15 games.
And I get that, but like when your whole lineup batting like 200,
No, I agree. The
you're gonna
Giants
have
are
some
bad.
problems.
The Giants are bad. There's no way around it.
I mean, they have a cornerstone in Brandon Crawford just because like he's younger.
Kevin Pillar so far this season has scored 23 runs on 41 hits with 6 home runs, 24 RBIs, 6 stolen bases. He's batting .220 with an OBP of .251 and an OPS of .610. But that's somebody that they acquired.
Yeah.
Like, and Kevin Pillar has never been someone that's killed it with the bat.
But
And
even still.
even batting .220, he's still leading the team in RBIs, runs, and stolen bases.
That's what I mean. So he's putting the ball in play.
I'm just saying, he's the original segment, because we didn't talk about it, the original segment was to be surprising players and disappointing players. So Kevin Pillar was going to be a surprising player for me, because even though he's not surprising anybody with his batting average, you would never, even though the team is bad, you still wouldn't picture Kevin Pillar to be the lead scoring person.
Yeah, that's
in
fair.
all aspects. I mean, you figure Kevin Pillar is, let's see, 20, son of a fuck nuts.
Tell you,
goddamn piece
forgot
of
Evan Longoria went out there.
Well, and Paul's pulling something up right now, but we talked about this in the past. The Giants are an old team, and it's evident by watching them play. I mean,
Especially now.
you look at their roster. I mean, they're dinosaurs. You know, people who were like good when we were in high school. It just
The San Diego Padres have scored the San Francisco Giants have scored 194 runs on the season. Kevin Pillar is responsible for 50 of them between runs scored and RBIs.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not like. Again, this is going based off the surprise segment that would be changed. I understand that, but he's accounting for 25% of the team.
No,
I don't give a shit what he's batting at that point. I don't care.
And that's to the point I was trying to make.
And he's really good defensively.
Oh yeah,
is Pillar playing every day?
yeah.
Yeah.
I look
He's too
at
good defensively not to.
I look at the last say 10 games.
He's like a Byron Buxton.
With that field, he has
Is
to.
that fair, Kyle? He's like a Byron Buxton. Little less pop in the bat, but like a Byron Buxton.
Yeah.
Because Byron Buxton is definitely more known for defensive prowess than offensive prowess.
Yeah. Yeah, he's supposed to be good with offense. That's the only difference.
He's fast.
Yeah.
I mean, the rotation, Bumgarner, not the same Bumgarner. Machcine, yeah.
Sam and Deja.
Sam and Deja. And Drew Pomeranz.
His ERA is above 6 now.
Yeah, it's like, poor guy.
Again, I think Bumgarner will be a guy that if he goes to a contending team, we'll see him return to form instantly.
Yeah, because I think
Instantly.
I think he's trying to
Do it himself.
with that lineup. He thinks he has to go out and throw a shutout. When you think that way, you're gonna get hit a little bit, and you're gonna panic to try and make that perfect pitch, and then you throw right down the middle.
Yeah. Speaking of panic, our boy Joe Panic playing second base there.
Yeah.
I mean,
That
even,
is,
he put out like the no trade list. I think that's all a sham. I think if any contending team came calling, to me, it's he put that list almost as an incentive for the Giants to like give him another bonus to like waive it, type thing. Because I'm sorry, if the Yankees called the Giants and like put a trade in, and they're like, "Hey, Bumgarner, we'll give you $500,000 to accept this trade." Okay, and he'd go to I mean, at least right now, to me, the Yankees are a World Series contending team.
Or unless you just want to stay where you're comfortable. That happens. You built your family out there.
Off the top of your head, do you kind of know what his contract is?
Uh,
Just if you were to just guess.
I think he's still under for maybe a year or two.
So.
But he's also, I mean, he's aging, so I mean,
But it's a good team. The Giants are bad. There's not much to say. They gotta bring it up.
terrible. The next team,
It's the Chicago White Sox.
All right. So, they are not in last. So it's a win. Sitting in third right now in the AL Central, they are a comfortable 13 games behind the Twins, who are playing outstanding baseball so far this season. But we'll get to them. The White Sox, for me, it's a story of the youth movement is finally starting to show dividends. They traded away a lot of good players over the past few years. The Chris Sale, Eaton, other David Robertson, a lot of other players they've dealt and parted ways with over the past few years. And you knew the rebuild was coming. You were just hoping something promising would come out of it. Unfortunately, Carlos Rodon had a very short season as he needed Tommy John surgery, and we all knew Michael Kopech was going to need Tommy John surgery during the offseason. But those are two young pitchers that have a lot of upside and have what seemed to be like a thrive to want to play in the Windy City. And Moncada, Eloy Jimenez, to name the two big ones, along with a lot of other young players in the White Sox organization are starting to come through. But the trio of Jimenez, even though he did get hurt and then had some bereavement time, but Jimenez has been playing very well since his call-up. Yoan Moncada has absolutely been raking the ball. Tim Anderson has been absolutely on fire this season. And even Abreu has been playing well. So when healthy, the White Sox infield has been an absolute threat offensively and defensively. They still don't have the pitching, both through the bullpen and their starting rotation, to compete in the division, but they're getting there. I think the White Sox, with all this youth talent, I think the White Sox would be dumb to get rid of Abreu. I think that they've rolled the dice on trading away key assets for prospects enough times and have won that gamble that I think Abreu is like, he is now that obviously Garcia is gone, now that Melky Cabrera is gone, Eaton's gone, all these like veterans, whether it was with the White Sox or through other teams, are gone. Abreu is kind of like that father time figure in the locker room, with a bunch of young bulls trying to prove themselves. And Abreu is kind of like Abreu for me is just like, he's the epitome of like team player. He won a Silver Slugger last year as a first baseman. That's impressive. Usually, what do you think of when you think of a first baseman? Offensive power.
yeah,
You're thinking of hitting. You're not thinking of defensive plays. But Abreu also has consistently put himself in Gold Glove conversations. And on top of it, Abreu does not swing for power. Abreu, in my opinion, is one of the best guys in the league at putting the ball in play in the right spot when it's needed. Abreu's not looking for the home run when it's a tie game in the bottom of the 8th with a runner on first. He puts the ball in the gap and lets Anderson put the wheels on to go home. Like, I just think that that's something that they need to look forward to. I think the White Sox are having a fantastic season. They're playing just under 500 baseball right now. They'll probably finish the season around just under 500 baseball, maybe a little further down, more towards the 400 mark. But I think this is a building block year that they're playing very well with.
To me, they're a team that might be only a year or two away from being a contending team.
Especially in that division.
In that division, but if they keep progressing the way these young guys are, you're going to see free agents want to go out there.
Yeah.
You know, these free agent pitchers are going to want to go and play for a team that produces.
Yeah.
And if they keep progressing, that's going to be the White Sox.
And honestly, like, I'm not surprised that Chris Sale re-signed, but I was, in the back of my head, I was always thinking, like, if Chris Sale really liked it in Chicago, now that he sees that there's run support building, imagine if he went back.
It would have been cool. I mean, I don't know if he would have went back with the owners because there's kind of the tension between them. But
It's all pish-posh.
I mean, were the White Sox going to give him $30 million a year?
Yeah, who are they paying?
Well, what I mean is, in the next few years, these young guys are going to be looking.
But the thing with the White Sox is especially the White Sox have something that the Mets have always benefited from, and that is that the Mets, just like the White Sox, the Cubs have been playing phenomenally.
Yeah.
Much like the Yankees played very well throughout the 2000s. Well, when you're playing in the same city as a big market team, you're now a big market team.
Yeah.
People in the city of Chicago go to White Sox games because they're cheap, because they're affordable, because they're not playing well. They can't afford the Cubs games. So on a Tuesday afternoon when you're on your 1 week vacation, go catch a White Sox game for $14. Why not?
We can do that.
Catch
But
two.
when I went on vacation to Chicago granted I'm a White Sox fan and I would have paid more money, but I bought tickets to the entire 4-game Toronto Blue Jays series.
Yeah.
Because they were $20 a ticket to sit in the first row of the outfield. And you know what? I caught an Adam Eaton ball because of it. So fuck everybody. Next team.
Next team,
We got to go faster than 2 teams every 5 hours.
the Texas Rangers.
Kendall, take it away. You're a big Houston fan.
I wanted to talk about the
They're
pitching
not
for the
one.
White Sox, but
You want to talk about the Red Sox?
well, I think I agree with the youth movement working very well. I feel like other than it's not all about just wins, but wins are important. It seems like of this top 50 list that I'm just looking here, the only White Sox guy I'm seeing is a Giolito with 6 wins, 2.77 ERA, and I feel like
They've got promise in pitching. They need to work on their control, and
There's a lot of young guys that are not there yet.
Right.
Carson Fulmer, big time
So anyway,
prospect.
we're going to the Rangers. I think the Rangers are a big surprise so far this season. They're 2 games out of first with the Astros and the Athletics, and Elvis Andrus is playing really well this year, batting .327 with 9 stolen bases. Joey Gallo is a home run and RBI machine, and Hunter Pence is also just driving runs in left and right.
Hunter Pence.
Yeah, Hunter Pence has Gallo. They're tied 35 RBIs apiece.
Oh my God.
This team is putting together a very outstanding offense. I think their pitching is shaky at best. Mike Minor at this point, you look at their stats. Like Mike Minor has the most strikeouts, the lowest WHIP, and the lowest ERA. But outside of that, like Lance Lynn has wins, like saves. They're just kind of like a lot of different pitchers have different stats, which means that no pitcher is dominating, which can be good and bad.
They might be better if their closers didn't blow 9 games to begin the season.
But I think but being only 2 games out of first at this point in the season, this is the point of the season where like you're starting to show like season characteristic versus like early.
Yeah, you're a quarter of the way in.
Right, you're showing what your season's going to be like versus what.
Their offense is very talented. Their pitching is very top heavy. Their rotation's the first couple guys are very good, then it falls off. So unless they add another piece, I don't see them sticking around. But right now, they're definitely a big surprise across Major League Baseball.
I think they could sneak in a wild card spot.
If they add pitching.
No, I think they could do it now.
I'd like to see their depth chart.
Doesn't always require them adding something. Who's to say Carrera doesn't go down with a season-ending injury? I'm not wishing that. I'm just saying sometimes it takes somebody else losing something.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Souls, what do you got?
Washington. They suck.
Yeah, we all kind of. I mean, I shouldn't say we all, but kind of saw that one coming.
Well, I
But
think
they're still in a relatively, if you're not the Marlins, they're still in somewhat of an open division. The Phillies have been playing better, but still been losing games they shouldn't be, due to bullpen bullpen inconsistency and poor managing. I think Kyle can attest to that. Kyle?
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
I
mean, they're definitely not going to, they would need serious help to win the division. The Phillies would have to really start shitting the bed. The Braves have to start shitting the bed.
Mets.
The Mets
Are
will
going
shit
to.
the bed. Yeah. Isn't June coming up?
yeah.
June's coming.
June's coming. Well, the Mets have been. We'll talk about the Mets later.
But the Nationals are exactly what they thought we were. We thought they were. They're a team that's got really good pitching and
That's it.
mediocre offense
Well,
to back it up.
they have young hitting. Like Victor Robles and Juan Soto are 22 years old.
They have people who can put the ball in play and knock it out of the park, but don't know how to hit situationally yet.
Yeah.
And they don't have the supporting cast to be on base for those opportunities that they do rake.
And their pitching's been below par. Max Scherzer has a high 3. Strasburg has a 4. Corbin's been the
I'm not worried about
major
those
solid
guys.
pitcher.
That stuff will drop as the season continues. I'm not really worried about those, but the pitchers. The pitchers are going to have good seasons. And
But on the same token, I mean the ERA thing, it's going to be higher on a team that's not hitting. Just I mean your time off between innings is going to be. It's just if you're on a team that doesn't hit, your ERA is going to go up. It's just kind of how.
Also, in the beginning of the year, they
That's
lost Trey Turner for a while. He just came back. So let's see how everything plays out. Without
Yeah.
Trey Turner, they were in rough shape.
it's a lot of young guys that at some point they can get it figured out.
All right, the next team. Oh, the Philadelphia Phillies.
Leading the NL East, I think they're right now they're living up to expectation for the most part.
I disagree.
I would say that there has been some growing pains with the Harper thing right now, but I think to sit in first place, and not commandingly, but to sit in first place, I think is to be a Phillies fan, you got to be satisfied.
I disagree.
I'm happy with the lineup.
I disagree. I think the Phillies. If I'm a Phillies fan and I'm looking at the way the National League is unfolding thus far, I'm thinking to myself, we should be the number one team in the NL right now. But due to porous management, like I said before, and porous bullpen pitching, and some shabby starts, I think we can agree there's been some shabby starts here and there, especially from Arrieta. But I'm looking at this Philadelphia team. There's no reason that this team should, even with Harper's like slump hitting, the rest of the team is producing. They're one of those teams that 1 through 9 can put a ball in the seats or put a person on base.
Yeah.
1 through 9. I mean, yes, Odubel Herrera is a streaky hitter. Yes, Franco tends to be a power or nothing guy. He's been doing much better this year. He's been striking out as much, but
Oh, in the beginning, he's back to his normal ways.
oh, is he now?
Oh yeah.
I haven't watched the game in a little while, but I'm saying, but even so, like overall in the whole of things, and Reese has been playing a little better. I think Reese benefits from Harper being on base. It looks like to me when Harper's on base, Reese is putting it in the seats.
Dude, the reason why the Harper thing is so big is because now you have to worry about Harper, and that leaves the door open for Reese. And if they don't want to worry about Reese, that leaves the door open for JT.
Right, but they're in second in the NL. They're only 4 games out at first. I'd be very satisfied.
I'm happy with.
I'm satisfied for the Phillies fans. I'm just saying
They should be better.
They should be the number one
That's
team
the
in
thing.
the
They
NL.
should be better.
Well, I can't take anything away from the Dodgers. They're playing great baseball.
Going into it, I knew that the rotation had a lot of.
If the
Question
bullpen
marks.
was 1% better, 1% better. If you took one person out, if you took Alex Morgan, is it Alex Morgan? That's the soccer player.
Vince
Adam?
Velasquez.
Huh? Adam Morgan?
Oh, Piers
If you
Morgan.
took Adam Morgan out of the bullpen, just took him out. You don't have to replace him. Just take him out. I bet you the Phillies are the number one team in baseball.
No, Adam Morgan's been okay.
No.
It's Sir Anthony hasn't been himself yet. We haven't had Robertson.
Paul goes,
Bullshit.
no.
He has not been.
He's a low 2 year rate. He's fine. He's been
But
getting
the
out.
year rate doesn't mean everything.
He's only won 1 game. The guys that have in trouble are Sir Anthony. We haven't had Robertson in the bullpen yet. We just lost Nishik. He was struggling for a little while. Neris has been fantastic for the Phillies. Fantastic. It's the back end guys that we relied on
If
going
I'm a
into
Phillies
the season.
fan, I expect them to be the best team in the NL right now. I expect them to be the best team in the NL. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy that they're in first, but the way I'm looking at it is they're 1.5 games up on the Braves, and they're only 4.5 games up on the Mets. And they're 4 wins behind the Dodgers, and only a half a game up on the Cubs and the Brewers.
I am happy with the road trip they just had.
They should be better. The Phillies should be better. I'm not saying that they're underperforming, but they should be better. The Phillies should be the number 1 team in the NL, in my opinion. And I think tied with kind of fixing this bullpen issue, I think the Phillies need to figure out something to do for whoever the fuck is catching the ball on Sundays. Because Knapp's not cutting it. JT Realmuto doesn't play on Sundays. That's a benefit that they have, knowing that he's going to play every game of the week except for Sundays, and maybe a pinch hit situation he'll do it. But they need somebody else.
They got one. They just don't want to use them.
They need somebody else calling pitches behind the plate.
Rob Brantley.
Moving on, next hat.
Angels.
So we got to speed up. Sorry. So not everyone's going to pitch in on everything. So if you have something to say, just interrupt.
All right. Angels, they've had a fair season.
Had the season so far that we've kind of expected.
Yeah, they're not. Everyone knew that they were going to be kind of average. They got Ohtani back only to hit. It's still big because they had a big void. But they signed guys like Justin Bour, Matt Harvey. They were looking for guys that were good.
They thought they were going to make a splash.
Yeah, they were trying to just bring guys back to normal. Harvey got designated for assignment. He was 2-4 with a 7.2 ERA.
Yeah. Haha. Screw you, guy.
So it's kind of like the Angels are what they are. They're average.
Yeah.
They have the big superstar player, and that's
They're a 4th place team.
and their pitching kind of whack. they're no ace. They're all 3 or 4s.
Well, I think they're hoping that Harvey was going to return to form and be their ace.
Yeah,
Bad gamble.
That was their plan.
give him $14 million to do it.
Yep.
The Angels are a team that they're not going to be good till Pujols is off the books, and they got to hit on a couple of young guys. I mean, they just threw a ton of money at Trout, which, don't get me wrong, Trout's the best player in the league when he's on the field, but
Had to happen.
it's just the GM's got to work some magic and hit on a couple of young guys and not make any poor moves within the next, 13 years that Trout's under contract.
Yeah.
The next team.
Oh, I just wanted to say.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. I think Buttery is having, despite his stats, might not say. I think Buttery's having a better season than normal.
I thought you were gonna try to make a funny pun out of Butter. I
No.
was like, what? Where's he going with this?
No, he's 2-2 with 2 for 3 in save opportunities, but in 26.1 innings pitched, he has given up a lot of hits, but he's also got in 26 innings pitched, he's got 32 strikeouts and he's pitching under 1.4 for an ERA. I think he's having. I think he's been like.
There's some guys on the team that are pretty good, and then there's a lot of guys that are bad.
Yeah, like Cahill, 6.92 ERA.
It's a competitive division.
So
too.
the Angels all the Angels did was just take guys that were good at one point and try to just put them in there. And
Yeah, they tried to do the Yankees thing. Let's sign people when they're 30 and see what happens. Except the Yankees, they sign the good ones when they're 30, like Trout.
Trout will be a Yankee at 37. Oh no, it's got to be 38 now because I think he'll be 38 when this contract is up.
They'll do it. Trade him at
He'll
36.
be a Yankee.
All right.
The next team, the Milwaukee Brewers.
So they are very good offensively, very average pitching. Their bullpen has underperformed, but they have a hell of a closer who is going to run out of gas eventually.
You talking John Axford?
No.
See, my thing with the twice I almost said the Bucks, but the Brewers is we saw them run out of gas pitching wise in the playoffs last year, and they didn't really address it.
I think that they have the mindset that we will figure this out in-house versus going out and signing more guys. But they're not old, but they're not young, so there's still room to grow for these guys and learn from their experiences. Like, for example, I think that a real shining star for them is Brandon Woodruff.
Yeah.
I mean, Brandon Woodruff so far this year is 7-1 with a 3.22 ERA, and
He was the guy that shut down the Phillies yesterday.
he's 7-1 in 11 games, and in 64 innings pitched, he's got 75 strikeouts. He's got a 1.09 WHIP. He's pitching absolutely phenomenal. I mean, really, if you want to sum up the Milwaukee Brewers' offense, it's Christian Yelich. She leads them in everything. But outside of that,
You got some guys in there.
they got some guys. Yelich is overrated. He looks like
Yeah,
he looks
Lorenzo
like
Cain,
he looks like
Mike
if
Moustakas.
Pete Davis was a porn star, that'd be Christian Yelich. Christian Yelich.
You know, and the resurgence of Gio Gonzalez is helping him back, so that's good.
Next hat.
I wish the internet was just a little bit faster so I could navigate the
All right, we're going to Kendall's favorite city, Denver,
Denver,
Colorado, Rockies.
Rocky Mountain High, Colorado.
A couple of Rocky Mountain oysters.
Yeah,
Those are actually really good.
They're kind of what I thought they were.
you know,
A very average team.
last year, I mean, they kind of had a lot of momentum. They played good ball down the stretch. They were kind of thinking, hey, let's do the same thing again with this roster. And
But they couldn't because
they couldn't. It just
they lost DJ LeMahieu. You know, they lost some guys.
Paxton.
You know, now they just brought up their top prospect, Brendan Rodgers, who played pretty well.
yeah.
But he's young.
And
Jamal
we
Marquez-
anticipated him being up this
Yeah.
year.
Jamal Marquez is pitching well. Wade Davis is pitching well. Arenado and Story are batting well. Blackman's okay.
Blackman's been hurt all year.
Nope, he's been okay. But outside of that, that's really all they got. But they've got 3 walk-off wins in their last 4 games.
Like they signed Daniel Murphy to try and place the void of LeMahieu. Hasn't been the same.
He hasn't been the
Won't
same
be
since
the
he left
same.
the Mets.
He
He hasn't been the same since the regular season of the year that he blew the World Series for them.
Kendall loves that.
Like
Well, it's just like people talk about like, oh, well, they wouldn't be in the World Series if it wasn't for Murphy, and it's like, yeah, that kind of gets erased though when you blow the World Series.
he was signed to be the first baseman, but him and Mark Reynolds and Ian Desmond have all been kind of platooning there.
Mark Reynolds is still playing.
Yeah,
Is that guy like 45?
no,
But the thing is like Colorado's a team that I wouldn't count out of squeaking into the second wild card spot.
their pitching is kind of it's like their ace from last year, Kyle Freeland, terrible so far. You know,
See, to me, last year, like Kendall said, they were just like that surprise team that got hot towards the end and snuck in and made a little noise, but
No, the biggest surprise of them last year was when Charlie Blackmon was in the home run derby.
the next team, Arizona.
Ooh,
Diamondbacks.
nice dry heat.
Kendall, you want to lead off?
Love it. You know, Arizona has not been on my radar whatsoever. I have not paid attention
I
to
got
the
you.
Diamondbacks at all.
I love their roster.
Like how Kyle says he got you like
Is there more to what you're
Yeah,
saying?
it's all it really is. They got guys like they got Adam Jones, they got Eduardo Escobar, then they got their best hitter has not played yet this year, and Jake Lamb.
I understand that, but you said who were the 2 guys you said before?
Jones and Escobar.
But I mean, but what about like Marte's leading the team in home runs and David Peralta's leading in average and Jared Dyson has been stealing bases
Yeah.
left and right. I'm just, but those are guys you didn't name, and those are guys that
I
like.
was kidding there.
Yeah, no, you weren't. The first guy you said isn't even on the list of all the leaderboards.
Escobar,
No, the other one.
Adam Jones.
Yeah, he's not even leading the
I
team
think
in
he's
anything.
one of my favorite players. I didn't say.
I'm just saying he's not leading the team in anything. I just think they're playing really good baseball. They're playing above 500 baseball in a division where the Dodgers is really hot right now. So they're 7.5 games behind the Dodgers. So like if this is the way it continues, they're going to be like it's going to be one of those things where it's like they could potentially be the number 1 wild card spot, so far behind the number 1 team.
Yeah.
And Greinke's been lights out.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the rotation has not.
Right. Well, it's funny because the bottom 4 teams are kind of all right there, like behind the Dodgers. It's kind of like anywhere they could find themselves anywhere. They could be in last or they could be in second, like Paul said. They could make a push for the wild card.
Yeah.
It's an odd division.
Speaking of the Los Angeles Dodgers,
Red hot.
Red hot. I mean,
Pitching,
35
hitting.
and 18. All I need to say about that.
Cody Bellinger's been fantastic.
He leads in
Average.
And did he still lead in home runs or no? Did he drop off of that?
I think he's getting there. I think he has like 17. I think a lot of people have caught up. I think Yelich is the league in home runs.
Yeah, you might be right.
Are the Dodgers once again going to be losing the World Series?
I don't know.
The thing with the Dodgers though is like I have confidence in a pitcher that's not named Clinton Kershaw on that team. Ryu has been really good this year.
Yeah,
and he's shown it through every single start that he's going to be playing well. So I have faith in somebody not named Clayton Kershaw that's going to be thrown off the bump for 6 innings
Great
in the game.
fantasy pickup by this guy.
yeah, missed out on that.
I just haven't. I haven't looked at my fantasy team in 3 weeks. I just don't care anymore. It's just let Rebecca win, right? So
Well, the goal here is to not come in last.
You know what's crazy?
or first though.
I keep losing, but I'm not in last. I haven't won since the first week, and I'm not in last.
Well, because the thing is though is you keep losing like 13-11. So like your win loss is based off of total wins and total losses. So if you if you lose 13-11, your record goes you go up 13 in losses and up 11 in wins. So you really only differentiate by 2.
Oh, I didn't
Versus like if you lose 13-11 to Mock, but I beat Kyle 24-0, Kyle's losses go up by 24 and his wins don't go up at all.
I did not know any of that.
It's all a bunch of bullshit. I'm just not paying attention. I don't even know where I stand. All I know is I got almost every White Sox player. Logan won't give me Elway. I have tried to give him literally everything. I offered him Sale and Javier Baez for Elway Jimenez, and he said no.
I think he's doing it on purpose.
I know he is.
You ready for the
Because
next
I did it
team?
while he was injured.
We'll have him on the show. You guys can fight.
You ready for the
Battle it
next
out.
team over there, Kendall?
I'm
You
ready.
You ready?
I'm
You
ready.
ready? Kyle.
Do.
Oh, we got the Pirates.
Ooh.
Bell is killing it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think he's the second in the NL in batting average at like 387 or something like that.
Tell you, out of the gate, thought that was a Le'Veon joke.
Oh.
Really did.
Ah,
I
Josh
was
Bell,
like,
baby.
wow.
He's 17 home runs, 47 RBIs.
They're 2.5 games out of first, and that's in the division with the Cubs and the Brewers. They are absolutely in. They are 100% in position to fucking lose the wild card game, and it is fantastic.
Shout out J Mart.
Hey, bro.
The only thing is that they're so inconsistent with the bats and their pitching is so inconsistent.
Man, just imagine if they still had Garrett Cole.
If they could just go on like a consistent run of like winning 5 instead of, just winning 2, losing 3, winning 4, losing 3.
They just break even
Yeah.
every week. It's just the same
Martes
deal.
is playing well though. I think Lyles could be doing better, but Felipe Vasquez has been playing lights out.
Yeah.
Vasquez has been playing lights out, and if I'm the Pirates, the biggest thing I'm taking away from the season, because even if you make a postseason push, you're still not a contender at this point in time to win the World Series. I am absolutely ecstatic about the performance that Mitch Keller put on the other day. He came in. This is a number 1 prospect pitcher. He came in. He had an absolute.
He started today.
Was it today that he did it?
Yeah, today was his first ever appearance.
Okay, don't shit on me. I'm going off articles I read. I read some
I'm
stuff
just
at lunch.
saying, I don't know
okay?
what he did.
I was doing my homework throughout the whole week. Kyle.
And today is
But anyway.
May 27th,
But anyway,
2019.
he went out. He had a real rough first inning, and then I think he fanned 7 in the next 3. So like you're gonna have he's gonna have bad.
Yeah.
It's just the nature of it. But if he's in his starting debut, if he's gonna have a real rough inning and then pitch out and then fucking strike out 7
Bounce back.
people, yeah, that's fantastic.
Also, Brian Reynolds has been really good. He's a rookie.
It's Burt Reynolds.
He just hits. Kind of ridiculous.
Danger zone.
Paul, you ready for that next team?
Yeah, let's do it.
The next team.
The New York Yankees.
Houston Astros.
Houston.
Kendall's favorite team.
I like Houston. Leave me alone.
No. He's a Mets fan, but he's a Rockets fan. Without a doubt.
I like the Astros. And that bucket's the old logo. Well, the 2000s logo.
I saw this today. It'd be posted. How interesting do you think the National League would be if Houston was still an NL team in the Cubs and Brewers division? Do you think those whatever two teams didn't win the division would be the wild cards?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that would have been a lot of fun, especially when the Cubs, what's funny, the Cubs and the Astros kind of got good around the same time. It's just the way it worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Astros tanked for a while.
About 10 years.
Then they got their guys. Then they won a World Series.
But-
And now they're still good.
Verlander's pitching very well. Garrett Cole is pitching very well. Springer is batting out of his mind right now.
Yep.
He's battled some
They're getting
injury.
Altuve back, so they're getting stronger.
Also
I mean,
a guy
Springer's
battling injury.
average isn't where I would like it to be, but in terms of production, I mean, he's putting the ball in play. He's putting it in the seats. He's driving, and he's doing it with bases empty, with runners on. He's just killing it.
And they have Alex Bregman, who's pretty good.
Yeah. Astros have the best home record, to my knowledge. Let me just double check that. Yep, 21-7 at home.
Wow.
Pretty crazy.
Well, what are they on the road?
15-12.
But, you know, that stuff matters. You know,
Absolutely.
So, go Houston.
Yeah, I'm not really thrilled about the next one. Now we got the Atlanta Braves.
Kendall loves them.
I think Kyle and I like them pretty equal.
Chipper
So
Jones has been killing it.
They're playing good.
Chipper Jones.
Freddie Freeman's doing his thing again.
I'm actually kind of surprised in general about the Braves. I thought last year was kind of not fluke, but it just I figured that the division was not good in general, and they just happened to be what rose to the top.
Oh, I think they'll fall apart. I don't think they're pitching strong enough.
But I guess I anticipated it to be a much worse start than to be sitting in second.
1 through 8, they're fantastic.
They got the cover athlete of RBI 19,
Gross.
Acuna. Matata.
1 through 8, they're fantastic. They even called up Austin Riley, their number 1 prospect. Put him in left, producing. What I think is going to be their biggest downfall is their pitching staff down when it gets... Luke Jackson's not a good closer. Not one bit. He may look-
He's out there trying his hardest.
yeah, whatever. Pick a new team.
Kendall, real quick, do you mind putting in a loan amount to calculate what our payments would be?
Yes. How much money do we make?
1,000 cents.
Rebecca, you ready for that next team? No. All right.
I'll say with the Braves real quick. I just think it brings up a very interesting thing for them to happen. What are they going to do with Riley now that Ender's coming back?
They're going to sit Ender.
You think so?
Yeah, you can't take him out. Or they might just trade Ender for a pitching piece later on.
Because Austin Riley is batting .333 with 5 home runs in his first 12 games.
That's
he's
what
21.
He's young, but it was similar like Clint Frazier early this year. I mean, you can't sit him. I mean, ride the hot streak and let him go. That's my thought.
If
Anyway.
he
I mean,
falls off, then you have a good guy to replace him with.
I mean, at some point he's gonna cool off. But
Chris Jankowski thinks that you guys are going to package Frazier for Scherzer.
Do you have the Yankees in your hand?
I don't know. I haven't looked yet.
Okay.
Rebecca wasn't ready for the next team. Kendall, you ready for that next team?
Oh, I'm ready, baby.
Ooh, the Boston Red Sox.
Let's speed this up, boys.
Started off slow. Now they're playing hot.
Yeah, the pieces are starting
Ever
to click.
since they called up Michael Chavis.
Yeah, that kid's been fucking killing it. So screw him.
You know, Betts hasn't become him yet. Their bullpen's still a problem. The rotation is a problem for now.
Yeah.
They're the Red Sox. They'll figure it out.
Yeah, I mean they're right there. They're sitting in third, but they'll climb.
They're sitting at the offense is there. The pitching is what's holding them back. Ooh, Chief Wahoo.
Yeah, this team is very underperforming. You know, they lost Kluber.
What team is it?
Cleveland Indians. Sorry, I meant to say that
I'm
after
saying
the
if we
Chief
have a fan
Wahoo.
listening who's only into basketball and football, they're not going to know what team.
He said Chief Wahoo. I thought it was...
I thought they were talking about me.
Wild Thing hasn't pitched yet.
He's got to get new glasses.
Pedro Serrano keeps hitting birds. I don't know.
Cheetah Print?
Cheetah print.
You know, when Jose Ramirez has been bad. He's batting under 200. Not driving in runs. Lindor just came back. You know, he's doing all right. But they're a team that's missing a lot of pieces from last year. They're not as strong. They're
Yeah.
missing Andrew Miller. They're missing...
It's a team that literally goes like they win a game, lose a game, win a game, lose a game. They build like no streaks.
Yeah.
It just
They'll find... Wow, the 10.5 games back.
I was just going to, I mean, like Minnesota to me isn't a team that's going to be this dominant all year. So I think it's going to open the division up a little bit. But Cleveland at some point's got to figure it out, and I think they will.
It's just funny though. 'Cause take Minnesota out of the equation. For their last 40, the Indians, White Sox, Tigers, and Royals, out of their last 40 games, have won a combined 10 games.
Oh my god!
They're 10-30 in their last 40 for those 4 bottom teams in the AL Central.
Wow.
Yo, Paul, you ready for that next team?
Yeah, I'm absolutely ready for you to go ahead and throw the Mariners at me.
This team is the New York Yankees.
The same thing.
Stankies.
Both terrible.
Go ahead, Mike.
I mean, the Yankees, to me, coming into the season, I thought were going to be...
Hey, Mark, can I trade you a sip of sunshine for 2 Budweisers?
Well, there's one Budweiser left, but you're welcome to it.
Would you like a sip of sunshine?
Sure.
I would do.
But, I mean, coming into the season, I thought the Yankees were going to be a good team. And then, literally everybody got hurt. So the Scranton Yankees are playing pretty good baseball. I mean, it's a team that, thank you, that last year we saw really try and win off power hitting. I mean, they didn't hit for, contact. It wasn't it was just home run baseball. And it worked, I mean, to a degree where they were, a game away from the World Series, but these young guys are coming up and they're just getting hits, that
We discussed this a couple of shows back. It was two shows back, I think. And I think what a good sign it is to see your farm system coming up in a situation where they have to and performing
and
well.
playing well. It's hopefully, some of these guys that are hurt come back. I mean, Stanton, who knows what's happening with him? He just got a new injury.
It's also nice playing the Orioles 43 times.
Yeah.
That is true.
but even still, I mean, they just
Gravers can only hit home runs against Baltimore.
They took 2 away from Tampa. The Yankees are playing good baseball. What they're doing this year that they didn't do last year is they're hitting with runners in scoring position, and they're hitting late in games. Hitting, not home run, like base hits late in games. They didn't do that last season.
Do you think this year that we ever see? Well, do you think we see this year like a Tanaka that's like dominant?
No, he'll never be that.
You don't think so?
No.
So it's all hype.
Tanaka,
all hype, all
not that it's
along.
all hype.
He's going to be like a 3.6 ERA.
I think he'll be a guy that hovers around 3 but gives you solid performances. I don't think he'll be a guy that goes out and throws like a complete game shutout.
Don't get me wrong. I think he's a great pitcher and deserving of the ace role. But I feel like there was so much hype behind him to be this guy to go out there and just blow people away.
Yeah.
for 8 innings.
That's every pitcher
I'd like
that's
to
come
give
over
a
from
quick
Japan.
PSA. Public service announcement. For those of you listening who do enjoy drinking beer, if you buy the 6-pack or 4-pack beers that come with the plastic ring holders, make sure you cut them up before you throw them away. Save the turtles.
Save the turtles.
Oh, give them to me. I'm trying to make a mega turtle.
But
Anyways.
like the Yankees, I thought were going to be a good team. As people got hurt, I was nervous because I'm like, all right, here comes the youth. I mean, you never know what you're going to get, but they've been playing great. I think as some of these guys come back, I think they can only get better, especially pitching wise. I mean, if Severino ever makes it back and Paxton comes back, but to me, the Yankees are kind of sitting pretty in the AL.
Now we got the best team in baseball, the Twins.
It's kind of anticlimactic.
Yeah, I don't know how they're the best team in baseball.
They're not the best team in baseball. That's how you don't know.
Kyle, what do you got to say about the Twins?
No,
Yeah,
who's the best team? Who's the best
You
record?
hyped them up.
They have the best winning percentage, but they're not the best team.
That's what I mean.
I mean, the Dodgers have 1 less win and 1 less loss.
The Yankees too.
So it's like, how are they the best team?
They're just a team overachieving right now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. To me, the Twins are a team that's overperforming what they really are.
Whatever team Nelson Cruz goes to just seems to find a way to fucking win.
Is he on the Twins?
Yeah. I mean, they just got their star back, Miguel Sano. He's actually looking like normal. And I think in the first week he had 5 home runs. You know, their pitching's been pretty decent with Jake Odorizzi at the top. Pineda's been having a slow start, but that's normal for a guy that's coming off of a Tommy John injury. You know? That's it.
It's a cruise factor.
Paul, you ready?
Yep. Tell me about those Mariners.
Toronto
Toronto?
Blue Jays.
Toronto Mariners?
They're very young and going to be exciting in a couple years.
Is it because of Vlad Guerrero, Kyle?
And Kevin Biggio and Bo Bichette.
But
They're
Joe
very
Vlad gets
invested in
sent back to the
themselves,
minors.
which is big.
I'm sorry, what'd you say, Paul?
They're very invested in themselves.
Yeah,
It's
they are.
big. Like, the team is very all about each other.
You think Vlad's dad has a Blue Jays jersey already?
Yeah, of course. Of course. He's been to games.
I think he actually was a Blue Jay for like a couple minutes.
I think
He was a guy that's been all over.
Sanchez's finger problems are a bigger problem for the Blue Jays than would be on paper.
And I think they're going to trade everybody anyways. Stroman's gone. They might trade Ken Giles. They're trying to get pieces.
Yeah.
Rebecca, you want that next team?
Trade Justin Smoke.
Smoke.
Detroit Tigers.
Name me 4 guys on the team.
Tigers.
Is Jose Iglesias still on that
Nope,
team?
he's a red.
Is he really?
Yep. Besides Miguel Cabrera, name me 4 guys.
Michael Fulmer?
He's Tommy John.
But is he on the team, Kyle?
Yeah, I guess.
All right, so I win.
There was a guy.
They're
Magley Ordonez. Yeah, he's there, right?
So the Tigers have a good closer.
Prince
They have
Fielder?
Jacoby Jones.
Yeah. Looking at it.
No, all I said was Jacoby Jones. If I was looking at it, I would tell you all 4, you dick. Yeah, look at it.
They have Shane Gray.
I'm going to give everybody homework to do for a big segment and then change it on the show.
We got the helmets.
The helmets didn't change what we were doing before.
The helmets is what changed everything.
Tigers are average.
Spencer Turnbull sunks. Turnbull, sorry.
That's how they're going to be. Just average.
Yo, Kendall, you ready?
I'm ready. Bring it.
Oh, New York Schmets.
Can we give one word to describe the Mets? Streaky.
Well,
Streaky
June's coming, so.
They came off a great week, but the previous week played very poorly. And that's kind of how it's been all year. Pitching, the strikeouts are there, but they're giving up a lot of hits, giving up a lot of runs. So, and I think it's a jinx, because
DeGrom
got paid. It's like, I think at some point they'll get turned around, but right now nobody is really pitching lights out. Pistol Pete, been a bright spot, cranking him out. Peter Alonso, Pistol Pete.
That's not his name.
Pistol Pete.
That belongs to somebody else who's way better at their sport than your dickhead ever will be at his.
Oh well, he's playing pretty well. There's a lot of
Yeah.
high hopes for him.
Is he better at baseball than Pete Maravich was at basketball?
I
No,
think
no.
that's that's a tough comparison.
How?
Different game.
Different game, literally. But anyway, it's the Mets have a lot of the odds stacked against them.
Don't call him Pistol Pete. That's worse than Greg the Leg.
Legatron.
Yeah, that.
Phillies
think
are
of Cano?
Phillies are the team to beat. Old bat can hit.
What you talking, Matt Kemp?
Old bat can hit home runs. That's about it.
Carlos Gomez.
Todd
Old
Frazier.
bat can hit doubles.
Todd Frazier.
Carlos Delgado?
Come back.
Old bat can hit home runs.
Todd Frazier.
Hecheverria.
I'm sorry.
Hecheverria.
Medium bat, medium age bat.
Below average bat. Good fielder.
Yeah.
It's right in front
Todd
of us.
Frazier.
Todd Father. Old bat. We like our old guys.
Paul, you ready?
Yeah, Mariners.
Nah. Paul's real favorite team.
Ooh, the Milwaukee
Cubs.
Packers.
The Milwaukee Packers. Nah, it's the Chicago Cubs.
The Cubs have a
I hope,
very good lineup.
I hope Ben Roethlisberger just absolutely just gets into a huge.
I didn't say that.
That's fair.
I
I hope David Wright. While drunk, gets into a huge 945-mile-an-hour Maserati head-on collision with Derek Jeter snorting coke off of his driving wheel, and I hope they both die horrible deaths. And then after the deaths, found out that they were child rapists.
Were they traffic on the wing of a plane? They're going so fast.
It doesn't matter. They were child rapists. They deserved it. David Wright, Derek Jeter, child rapists. Heard it first.
Anyways, Cubs. They've been pitching good. They've been hitting good.
Javier Baez is great when he's fucking playing.
Yeah.
He might be the most fun player to watch in the
When
MLB.
he's playing.
Wilson Contreras has a tough time catching. Good arm.
Yeah. He's a real douchebag. You can tell by the way he rips off his mask when he's going to catch a fly ball or throw a guy out.
John Lester still can't throw the first.
We just turned 70.
But very good, though. All right.
Kyle, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Mariners.
Chris Mass, St. Louis Cardinals.
Underperforming big time.
Well, hey, they got to make their playoff push sooner or later because they're going to be in the.
They are a team that should be
NLCS.
way above expectation. Paul Goldschmidt had not Carpenter's batting very low, not doing what
Yeah,
he
they're
usually
still only 4 games out of first.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, for a team that's as underperforming as you're saying, and to only be 4 games out of first, I wouldn't be too concerned.
No, it's a team that once it turns on, I mean, they'll be right up there competing with the
The plus side is that Martinez threw a first game. the
Cubs.
other day.
I almost said Bucks again. Brewers and Cubs.
And Pirates.
And Pirates. Listen, the Pirates are a wild card team at best, and we all know it. They're going to lose to whatever team's ace is thrown at them.
Who's the pitcher?
Cubs.
Cubs pitcher. I can't think of his name now. Arrieta. Arrieta's gonna.
He's a Phillies
He's a
pitcher.
Phillies pitcher.
No, but when the Pirates kept losing to Arrieta, the situation's
Yeah.
gonna come up. And
Yeah, now Arrieta keeps losing to everybody else.
yeah.
Paul, you ready?
Mariners?
Nope. This is my MLB The Show team, the Kansas City Royals.
Go fuck yourself.
I've been demanding a trade at every turn.
Best thing about that team is that Sal Perez is hurt.
I don't know why you guys hate him so much.
Fuck him.
I like Sal
He's a
Perez.
piece of shit.
Very fun, very young. That's all you can say.
Did you mean to rhyme?
Yeah.
Can I
My
ask,
favorite,
can I
my
ask why
favorite
you
Big
don't
Sal
like him?
moment. My favorite Big Sal moment. Can I tell you what it is? Favorite Big Sal moment was when he popped up to the pitcher to end the World Series.
I remember that.
But
I watched it
can I
in
ask why you
Logan
I
don't like
watched it in
him?
the library.
Did you really?
Can I ask why you don't like him?
Why do I like Big Sal?
Yeah.
He's a pompous, arrogant prick.
Okay.
Kansas City, fun, arrogant. No, not arrogant. Fun and young.
Big Sal's like 80.
Souls, you ready?
Yeah.
Mariners.
To the best jerseys in the MLB.
Reds.
Cincinnati Reds.
Here, here.
They have a Cy Young candidate in Luis Castillo so far.
And sitting six and a half
catcher's
games out
name.
of first, which will very quickly turn into 60 and a half games out of first.
Luis Castillo is a catcher's name.
Joey Votto has not been himself
Second
this
baseman.
year.
If the Marlins didn't exist, they'd probably be the worst team in the NL.
Derek Dietrich, though,
They're the Cleveland Browns of baseball.
having fun.
So, that's about it, though.
Reds are a team that will be good in a couple years. They're
No.
still pieces away.
They won't. They won't be good. They'll fight for a wild card and lose by a game at best.
Did you see that stat a few weeks ago with Joey Votto? Where it was like it took him like 5,200 at bats to fly out to the first baseman. It was like the first time he did it in his career.
I didn't see that. That's
It was
crazy.
like some record that like he broke by a lot that someone kept track of.
Paul, take it away.
Mariners.
Yeah.
Saddle.
Mitch Haniger is fucking killing it. Dude's batting .430,
Wow.
54 game hitting streak in the show. Nah, he's batting like 220 in real life, but in the show, I'm fucking murdering it with him.
We've had a couple games where we decided to.
Okay, big fucking whoop. He was at a 50 game hitting streak, and I hit a fucking ground ball that beat me up by half a step, so I quit because I was mad.
No, we both had one quit. It was
50
fair.
game hitting streak. Would you quit, Mach?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've quit. I'm at
I didn't
like
quit at
215.
22. I quit at 50,
Dude, yeah, that's fair.
and I told myself 2 quits.
You know who's two terrible people who hold grudges big time in MLB The Show?
Souls,
and
Jeff
Martin.
Martin.
They're the worst. And when one screws over the other, God, it's like a divorce. See, the arms are folded, dude. I'm not talking.
Mariners started off.
Except neither wants the kid.
Mariners started off red hot.
Can you bring me home?
Yeah, it's kind of been
And
disappointing.
Back down to earth.
We gotta speed this up because I wrote some stuff on the wheel.
We have three teams left.
All
All right, Marlon, thanks.
Mariners
Suck.
disappointed.
Next team.
Marlon's nothing good to say about him whatsoever.
No,
They're
it
bad.
can't be that fast.
All right, Caleb Smith, bright spot. Orhel Faro, okay. Rest of the team
Bad.
should probably not play in the majors.
Is what they got for the Giancarlo trade? Is that are those
None of
pieces,
those kids are out.
Well, it was
No, I'm saying, but
Castro
are any of those pieces showing more promise in the minors now? Like, is it looking like it was worth it for them?
No.
it was worth it to them in the sense that they got rid of his contract.
They got Caleb Smith from the Yankees from a different trade.
Was that the
That was the Andujar trade.
there was the trade right before Stan. I'd like it to be known. Kyle said there's 3 teams left before the Marlins. I have 3 helmets in my hand.
Oh, I said 3 teams including the Marlins.
Yeah, Kyle, it was 4 teams including the Marlins.
No.
Oh, and it's the
Tampa Bay
A's.
Rays.
A's. 10-game winning streak, apparently. Saw that today.
Last 10.
They threw the first no-hitter this year. Michael Fyers.
They
The
also-
A's do what they do best. Play weird baseball.
I like that analyst.
Matt Chapman on a 3-game home run streak.
Matt Olson's back. Chris Davis is there.
KH, Chris Davis.
Hey,
Yeah.
Also known as Crush with a K. Thanks, show.
also said that about the other Chris Davis in the Orioles because they got it confused. Yeah, that's really about it.
Yeah. Like you said, weird team. They just make it work.
They pitch decent enough to win.
Is the face of baseball still on that roster?
Eric Sogard?
Yeah.
No, he took his talent to Toronto.
I didn't know
the
that.
real MVP of the Oakland Athletics is?
Who's that?
Management. Listen to this. Lounge seats, free beer terrace, Coppola theater boxes, a hero deck with legend visits, and the Oak Landing offer you high-end game day experiences with luxury amenities at affordable prices at the Oakland Coliseum for the 2019 season. They saw the Oakland Raiders go to Vegas and they're like, fuck it, we're staying.
This is our field now.
So there's 2 teams left. Kendall, you care to guess what they
Oh,
are?
hold on. Can I guess what the 2 teams are?
I think I know one of them, but go
I
ahead.
know one of them for sure. But I'm going to guess the 2 teams that are left. I'm going to take a guess. Well, you guys can't. Me and Kendall will. Kendall, you can guess and I'll guess.
All right. Baltimore. And my second guess? San Diego.
Mine's Baltimore and Tampa Bay.
And the winner is Kendall.
When did we do Tampa Bay?
That might be the helmet you lost.
So he's
So
technically
I
right
did
too.
lose a helmet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are assholes saying I didn't lose.
Kyle
Because
said
there's
he
no
did.
way we talked about Tampa Bay and didn't talk about Blake Snow.
That's
That's
true.
true.
So we're going to talk about Tampa Bay now. Because we lost the helmet.
And we better find that helmet.
Yeah.
So Tampa
Kyle,
Bay, 2 games out
go
of
find
first.
it.
2 games out of first, 32-19. Kyle,
Yes,
since
sir.
you know so much, please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll tell you what. That pitching has been everything we wanted it to be.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
they're playing. They have the best fielding center fielder in baseball. Kevin Kiermaier just makes play after play.
Kevin
High-
Pillar.
Now, do you say that like with a statistic to back it up, or just like personal opinion?
Personal opinion.
Okay.
I say because isn't Trout a center fielder?
Yeah, but he's won a couple Gold Gloves, or at least one. But he's just
No, I'm saying he's not a bad player. I was
Runs into
just
walls.
curious.
Trout's
For
like
you.
one of those people, though, that he's so good all around that it kind of takes away from
Yeah.
how good he is individually at places. Like, he's an elite defender, an elite base runner, an elite batter, but because he's so good at all of them, that he just, like, it's just like, oh, he's really good.
Yeah.
Like, at what? Everything. Just everything. So who's the best defensive center? Not Trout. We're going to go ahead with someone else that's really good defensively.
so Paul's former friend Abastiel Garcia has started to pick it up.
Why is he going to be my former friend? I can't cheer for him. He's on a different team.
Yeah, you love him.
You guys had a real big falling out.
No, we didn't.
Broke up.
He backed into your car in the driveway and just
No, we
drove
didn't.
away.
He showed up with chocolates and panties. And I wore
He's been
them.
playing very well recently. They need a first baseman because that Sherman Troy guy kind of sucks.
George Olbisky.
He's on the Yankees IL.
Does he suck?
The Rays are
hurt.
still doing that thing where they start a reliever, then go to the starter.
Yeah, the opener.
I don't like that.
Right, it's working.
Paul, you thinking left hand, right hand?
Oh, I'm thinking we definitely go left hand Baltimore.
Left hand, Baltimore.
Yeah, man.
Oh, now.
Boo.
They've been bad, but they have some bright spots. Trey
Yeah.
Mancini's hitting well. Chris Davis is now hitting well.
And they're still worse than the Marlins.
Oh yeah, they're bad. They're a bad team. Their pitching staff is gross. They just have a bunch of former
Real quick, what do you think their differential is in runs scored versus runs given up?
run scored
36.
No. What's the difference?
They're like minus
Uh,
36.
85.
Wow.
I only know because I have it up. I have it up here. I won't say it.
Yeah, it's right up there on the screen. You guys should have looked at it.
I was
It's
trying to be honest.
106.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I would.
No, you don't. Because if you're under, you lose.
Wow,
It's
we
like-
didn't do
it's
shot
rever-
trivia.
It's reverses Price is Right.
Oh, so we're trying to be the lowest?
They're going to be the
Haha.
highest.
475,000.
But Mancini's playing pretty well, and so is Dwight Smith Jr.
And that's about it.
Yeah.
Last but not least, your San Diego Padres.
They're the weirdest fucking team I can like. I'm on paper, they have the really good lineup. The record is pretty decent.
They're playing better than I would have expected, but still,
But you look
whatever.
At the lineup, they're not bad.
No, it's
You
Really
have
funny
Machado,
thing
you
happened
have-
to them the other day.
Eric
Here's the
Hosmer.
thing. They bat really well, and from what I've seen, they bat really well when they have shaky pitching, and they don't hit when they have great pitching. Perfect example was when Strand pitched. 10 strikeouts in 6 innings, and I think they got like 3 hits.
You see what happened to them on Mother's Day? They
No.
changed their Twitter handle to Madres, and then someone stole the Padres Twitter handle.
That's awesome.
I don't know if they got. I think they paid the guy to get it back.
it was the mass.
but
He's the guy who would know how to do that.
you just change it. I mean, they got rid of it.
Well, it'd be like an evil genius and then like hold it hostage.
I need $3 million.
Sold.
So are we gonna do a quick break or no?
Yeah, it's 10:15. We might as well not.
All right.
Are we done with the MLB? Any
Yeah,
any last minute things that they're pitching on at all?
No.
Because this wheel is about to round us out for the night.
I'm pretty excited for it. So.
All right. So the Red Baron was kind enough to actually contribute to the show in a positive way for once.
Yeah, for once.
Oh my goodness.
So his
Right.
work, which will remain nameless, was tossing out some things into the rubbish bin.
Did us a
And
big solid.
He acquired a couple of them. Some things. He supplied Machcine Washable with a cornhole set.
He found Rita.
He found
Yep.
Rita. He supplied everyone's favorite Hostess cupcake and the man of many names with a basketball hoop. That,
Mojito.
not gonna lie, has probably gotten about 7 hours of use already.
Great.
I have
From
fucking
Paul.
abused the shit out of that thing. But he also found what we've been all fucking with buying for a long time because they're so expensive. The
What?
Wheel of Fortune style wheel.
While you were talking about that basketball hoop, Kendall asked Kyle, so what do you think of your new hoop? And Ungrateful Souls. Well, the backboard's kind of bullshit.
Kyle's played on it for like a total of 15 minutes. I played on it for about 6 hours. Like, no exaggeration. I played on it one night for about 4 straight hours. I set it up the night I got it.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Hey, Riddler, do you want to put it on the table?
You want to
or-
go fuck your mother?
Oh, well, that's
I know she's not listening.
that's
so it's not a big
unkind.
deal.
Hey, you don't know that.
Where can I put it where the they're going to be able to see what's written on it? But
No, but I mean, if you slide it, I guess, a little behind
See,
you. you
I'm
see
a
it.
little
What
nervous
if
that I
you
see
turn
my
that
name.
camera?
Let me turn the camera.
I see my name.
Because I see the thing on the table being not a great idea.
Probably not.
Hey, Mike, how was your day today?
You know, day was all right. Was pretty drunk earlier today.
I saw you today.
Yeah. By the time I saw you, I was sobered up. But,
Did you like our segment so far?
yeah, you know, the baseball season, it's a long season. So,
Maybe that time.
you know.
Next thing will probably be trade deadline.
I think the glue fell off.
She's got a bus, bro.
Having some technical difficulties
It's
over
funny
there.
that the video is going to be like all over the place. It's going to be like an earthquake when you're watching it. I'm watching it right now, kind of just delayed.
Hey, Kenny. How you doing?
Doing good. Well, we're getting that worked out. Here, I'll fix it. Why don't you describe about the game?
I don't know. My name's on the White Peas, so.
Or should we do a quick 2-minute break?
No.
Oh, yeah, Rebecca, just stay right there.
Yeah. Did you eat your ice cream?
I think the glue fell off the bolt that holds it. Because there's nowhere to like lock the camera into place. That's the problem. Kind of look at the bottom. There's nowhere to lock the bolt in place. You're still pointing it at you, but now it's not pointed at the wheel. It won't work that way. Physics. Physics. Told you.
Never took physics.
Did you just fart?
I know, earlier.
Nice.
I'm so excited for this wheel, though.
Mike took physics.
Nope.
Can you spell physics?
W-K-Y Joey.
Wizzix. K1 chili.
Can someone confirm on the video if you can see the wheel appropriately?
I'm just catching up now.
Quick Stanley Cup update.
Yes, Bruins are playing the fucking shit Blues. Yeah,
Yeah.
They are tied after 2.
2-2.
Heads to the third period, all tied up.
At 2-2.
The Bleacher Report update didn't say. Un momento.
Didn't give a score.
It just said it's tied up after 2.
Oh, you can see it.
Loading. Oh yeah, look at that.
What's the score?
I'm trying to get there.
I need the score. I need to know who scored. I can look it up now.
It is 2-2. Oh wait. The first thing said final, but that can't be true.
Nope.
So it's 2-2 at the end of the second. Paul, you want to know who scored?
Yes.
Oh man, this is being real slow on me here.
B. Shen
Bruce Chen.
for the Blues, and also Tarasenko.
Tarasenko for the Blues, and Clifton and McAvoy for the Bruins.
Wait, Tarasenko scored both goals?
No,
No,
scored one.
Tarasenko and Shen.
Oh. All right, so as said earlier, Red Baron was nice enough to supply us with this wheel that we've been looking to get for some time. Wheel of Fortune style. It's gone off the screen. I can't see
sorry.
it. No, it's okay. It's okay. If they can see it, I don't care. But so I've written some things up here, so we'll go through them real quick. Hockey trivia. Loser does a shot. That'll be a numerical thing. 5-person hot dog eating team. So in that category, you will pick 5 athletes 4 athletes and yourself to compile a hot dog eating team, and I will pick the 2 people to do that. So and then the other 2 people will vote on who wins. So you go. Okay. Souls NBA college trivia. Shot if he gets more than 3 wrong.
Nice.
Kendall shotguns a beer while Mock sings the Pledge of Allegiance. Starting MLB lineup off of other teams. So that means that you have to create your all-time starting, I'll pick a person. They have to pick their all-time starting, 9 defensive positions and off of other people's teams in the favorite teams.
I just wanted to say, this is everything I've ever wanted to be at this show.
What's my name? I haven't really figured out what that is yet. The NFL player quiz. That'll just be a numerical thing. Souls picks a shot. So Souls, you can pick who does a shot. All-star dodgeball lineup. So it'll be you pick 5 players to compile a dodgeball team. Everyone picks an NFL quarterback to sing a song. So basically that means you pick a song, a very popular song in history, and pick a very funny quarterback that's going to sing it.
I want that.
Yeah, Peyton Manning, Achy Breaky Heart. We know.
No, not far off though.
All right. So, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Yarp.
I hope we get the dodgeball one 5 times. All right, so
Here
the
we
first
go.
one is everyone picks an NFL quarterback to sing
Oh.
us.
Oh.
We're back. All right, all-star dodgeball lineup. All right, so it's going to be Kendall's team versus Souls' team. So, Kendall, you pick your 5 people you want on your team.
Okay.
And then Kyle will pick his 5 after. No duplicates.
5 from across sports.
All sports. All sports, all time. Don't overthink it and make this a long game.
Okay, so can I have one, and then so I take a player that he can't take a player, right?
Right.
Okay, all right.
So he's picking 5 first.
No, you go back and forth so you
Okay.
guys can be somewhat even.
So do we rock, paper, scissors for it, or do I just
Kendall
go
just
first?
go.
All right,
I picked you.
Randy Johnson.
Okay. Patrick Mahomes.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Todd Helton.
Okay.
He's a strong guy.
Pedro Martinez.
Okay, James Harrison.
Aroldis Chapman.
It's not a baseball; it's a dodgeball.
I know.
The
but
premise is different.
You just shocked me with that pick.
Who'd you pick so far, Kendall? Randy Johnson.
Randy Johnson, Todd Helton, and James Harrison.
James Harrison.
My pick, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna take Tiger Woods. Real sleeper.
Tom Brady. Very accurate.
Nah, now with a deep ball.
Yeah, come on now.
Doesn't have to be deep. He's not that far away from the guy.
My guys are playing back. All right, and Peyton Manning.
He's gonna get out real fast.
Well, if the next
Eli
surgery
Manning?
Russell Wilson.
All right, so, Mock, you get to pick who you think will win this game. So, Souls' team is Patrick Mahomes, what? I can't remember my writing. I'm trying to
Who's
write
your
them.
second player?
Aroldis Chapman.
No, that was the third player.
Pedro Martinez.
Pedro Martinez, Aroldis Chapman, Tom Brady, and Russell Wilson versus Kendall's Randy Johnson, Todd Helton, James Harrison, Tiger Woods, and Peyton Manning.
I think that Kyle's team is gonna win that matchup.
You guys are forgetting how elusive Tiger Woods is going to be.
Yeah, the leadership of Tom Brady in my squad is
The
insane.
Mark, can you
leadership
throw
of
me that
Tom
pen?
Brady is your argument. I went basically soul power.
I think Tiger Woods is going to hold you back.
I disagree.
He's got a bad back.
The guy's gonna be too busy fucking everybody else on the team's wife.
He's got a bad back.
All right, spin the wheel.
Spin it.
Spin it.
Heavy spin, medium spin, light spin.
Let it rip.
Oh,
So how was everybody's Memorial Day?
I was at work.
Me too, but I also went to a party, jumped in a slime pool.
The slime
I heard about that.
pool.
I did. I jumped in a very slimy pool. All right. Souls picks a shot. Souls, who's doing a shot?
Bottoms up, Maki.
Kyle, you suck. I pick you up from work, and you're just going to
You
shaft
haven't
me.
done a shot in like 5 shows.
No, nobody has except for you.
I don't want any of this.
We got some fresh glasses though.
Eh.
Yeah, from our friends at Litchfield Distillery. Make sure to go look at our show from Litchfield Distillery. Great folks. The tap or distillery room is always open. It's a great place to go, and it's a great way to stay in shape.
Kyle, this stuff is terrible.
It's the
cares? It
pirate
has to
stuff.
be
Who
gone
drank
eventually.
worse? I drank that Chinese food shot. It's horrible.
Souls picks a shot. Souls.
Kyle, fuck you.
Take another one.
Kyle, I hate
Oh,
you
we
so
made it
much.
a double. Just top it off.
I can't, because I won't be able to drink it all at once.
Well, you got a
Well,
beer,
we're
a
not
beer
spinning it
chaser.
until you do one.
All right.
He goes oof. Oh
All
yeah.
right. I
Pick
think
another
Mock's
shot.
not driving home tonight.
Pick another shot. Pick another shot.
Oh,
All
It tastes like hairspray.
I guess I gotta figure out what's my name
It-
category.
you know
now.
what?
what's
It
my
does.
name? The chemicals in the air.
It tastes like a hairspray smells.
What's my name?
All right. Hold on. I got this. All right. I'm gonna think of a player. I'm gonna kind
Yeah.
of like read their stats and some teams they played for. So let's go with.
Is there hairspray in that?
Yeah, it might be.
It tastes like hairspray.
I taste it now.
I went to a
So
Paul
I'm gonna
Mitchell.
I'm gonna read you their stats. If anyone cares to take a guess, once you guess, you're out. If you get it wrong. After that, if nobody guesses, I will name the teams. As I start reading off the teams, I'm just going to go based off of hands up. So if you get it right, it's just over. If you get it wrong, you're out. All right.
Can we get
so,
our video up?
Career stats. This person I played 197 games.
What
I had
sport?
732 receptions
Ah.
for 10,283 yards. I had 66 touchdowns and
I am
rushed
Marvin Harrison.
for 51 yards in my career. Incorrect.
I got B anyways.
I played for 10 years.
All right.
Or sorry, I played for 14 years with 2 different teams.
Okay. So I don't want to waste too much time.
It's all right. Yeah, kind of. This person played from, I believe, 2000, all in the 2000s.
All in the
2010s.
2010s. I'm gonna go with
Yeah, 2001, 2014.
Steve Smith.
Incorrect.
That was going to be my guess. Kellen Winslow.
Incorrect. I'll give you the 2 teams this person played for. This person played for the New York Jets and the Washington Redskins.
I have no idea.
Santana Moss.
Correct.
Ooh.
Good for you.
Thank you.
All right, let's spin it.
You guys see that thing with Kellen Winslow?
No.
So he's like on trial for like raping a few women.
Oof.
And so what he did is, I guess, all these women are failing to identify him in court because he like completely changed his appearance. Like when he played in the NFL, like he was bald and clean. So
Yeah.
now he rolled in with like long hair and like a beard. And they're like, yeah, it's not me.
All right,
God.
all-star dodgeball lineup. So I'll pick, because Souls went to the bathroom, I'll pick me versus Mock.
All right.
All right.
And then, Kendall, you'll pick who you think is a better team. So, Mock, you get to go first.
I would like to take Jerry Rice.
I'm going to take Mark Burley.
I will take Drew Brees.
I'm going to take Haloti Nagata.
Wide target. Is kicking the ball out in dodgeball?
You can't kick it.
All right, so
You can kick it, but it's just a free ball. It doesn't
All
count
right.
as an out.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take another receiver. I'm gonna go Odell Beckham.
All right. I'm going to take. I'm going to take Steven Stamkos.
First hockey guy I
player.
picked.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna lock down and take. Just for the name, Salmon Deja.
All right, Jeff Samardzija.
No, it's Salmon Deja.
The Shark.
What was the name of the first one?
I'm going to take Sean Bradley.
My last pick is going to be Larry Fitzgerald. Good luck putting a ball anywhere near those guys.
I'm going to pick
Wait,
Ozzie
Oh,
Guillen.
I thought that was my last. I thought it was my last pick.
That is your last pick.
Oh yeah, I went first. I was gonna say.
Mock picked Jerry Rice, Drew Brees, Odell Beckham Jr., Jeff Samardzija, and Larry Fitzgerald.
Dodgeball team?
Yeah.
I picked Mark Burley, Haloti Nagata, Steven Stamkos, Sean Bradley, and Ozzie Guillen. Sean Bradley's like 6'10", weighs about
Listen,
110 pounds.
I gotta give it a Paul. You picked all defense. You know, you got three good hands, guys. They're not gonna generate any offense.
Oh, I'm picking Machcine because Sean Bradley.
Let me
may
ask
have
you
hit
something.
my ankle a few times.
If you catch the ball, the guy that threw it is out, right?
Correct. But look, let's flip it. So there, you guys are throwing. I mean, they can just have the ball in their hand and knock the ball out. You've seen the movie. You've seen the movie. You see how it works. You've played the game.
What's the name of the football player?
He picked Haloti Nagata.
No. The last one.
What?
Oh, it was Santana Moss.
Okay.
I got it.
So picks a shot. Oh.
Oh.
Tell you that wheel's got a good backspin
Yeah, I like
on
that.
it.
Think, the chips are like, oh yeah, oh.
It's like the damn money wheel at the casino. 20.
You rat bastard.
All right. So the NFL random, the NFL player quiz will just be the random NFL players that we used to do.
All right.
So I'm just gonna go. All right. So the first one is this random player is linebacker Zach Dials. He played from. Oh my god, this guy's terrible. I got that shirt. So he was on the Texans from 2007 to 2010. The practice squad for the Rams, then the Buccaneers and the Colts in 2011, the Titans in 2012, the practice squad for the Chiefs in 2013, then the Titans again in 2013, the Browns practice squad in 2014, then went back to the Texans in 2014, and then went back to the Browns in 2014. This guy has 240 career tackles with 15 tackles for loss, 3 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery, 3 pass breakups, and 1 interceptions in 74 games played. How many career sacks does he have?
8.
6.
None.
Red Baron is correct.
Yeah, no sacks.
No, he had 1. He's the closest.
Kyle lost.
Do I get a shot for that? Or
Nah, this will be a long night if we're doing shots on something like this. This is just for fun. We're going to find games to play with this wheel. We're going to come up with stuff. This was like a short notice, know about. So we're going to come up with fun things.
We have a shot category. You know, Kyle picks a shot and
Right.
stuff like that.
And Mock has to do one every 17th spin.
He owes the second shot, you know.
Yeah, I know, Kyle.
Ooh.
And here's a shot category right here. Oh boy, it's me.
Oh boy.
So I hope it's me.
Yeah. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to win. But if I don't,
All right.
that's it.
In the
Okay.
NHL, in this season,
I do have to pee. Oh yeah. I can't wait till the PBRN urinals put in right where I'm sitting.
Just wear a diaper.
You bet. It's damp. I want to hook up like a hose that comes in, and I just
So
gotta,
you're talking catheter.
No, but I don't want insertion. I just want to put a Velcro strap around.
We've talked about trying to put a prototype together for a non-insertable catheter.
And I'm talking
You need like a funnel
right.
that kind of gets taped.
And I would be fair.
I took a poop.
Just now?
You left the door open up there, didn't you?
Yeah.
All right. Nikita Kucherov led the NHL in assists this year with 87. Who finished second? Mitch Mariner, Brandon Wheeler, or Connor McDavid? Everyone who's wrong has to do a shot.
Connor McDavid.
Mitch Mariner.
Is Mitch Mariner on the list?
Connor McDavid.
Is Mitch Mariner like a children's
Souls,
character?
do a shot.
All right.
It's Blake Wheeler, by the way, so I'll do a shot as well.
How do they not have to do one?
Because they got it right. They guessed Connor McDavid.
I thought you said it was Brandon Wheeler.
No.
You
I
said the wrong
I
name.
said. I don't know what I said. I think I said Blake Wheeler. Brandon Wheeler. I don't know. I'll do a shot as well.
Brandon Whedon.
Brandon Whedon.
You know what? I get the hairspray, though.
Souls, pick a shot. Nope, never mind. NFL player quiz. Some serious bashing. I'm with 2 pegs.
Mark was about to take his third.
Kyle, fuck you, man.
Well, you're being a dick to me.
You're
I
the only
am
one that
not.
doesn't have to drive home tonight.
Well, I got to drive, kind of.
Not really.
We'll serve you up with some ambrosia.
Can I choose Rebecca?
All right.
Ambrosia was a
Yeah, you
restaurant
can pick
I went
Rebecca.
to in Mansfield. Took a picture of the sign. Indian food.
Oh, no.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm a wide receiver. My name is Nate Washington.
Ooh.
I played for the Pittsburgh Steelers from 05 to 08, the Titans from 09 to 14, the Texans in 2015, and I was on the Patriots practice squad in 2016. I have 458 total receptions for 69.54 receiving yards. I averaged 15.2 yards per reception in 159 games. I'm a 2-time Super Bowl champion. How many receiving touchdowns did I have in my career?
I'm gonna
16.
go with 34.
32. And before Kyle gets mad, that's the number I was thinking out of the gate. You said 16. I was like, oh, no.
It's 44.
Wow.
Good for you.
A lot with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Kyle, you get 16.
Yeah, I know, but still a lot with the Steelers.
You figured all of them were with the Steelers.
It's not a
Alright.
kettle of shotguns of beer while Mike's up in there.
It'd be funny if that one came out like 6 times.
They carry him out of here.
But
I
it
was
is
gonna
funny.
I was going to save one of the Sip of Sunshines for him, but I think that's my gig.
It's got to be. I don't want to impede
All right,
on
so
that.
starting MLB lineup off of other people's teams. All right, so we'll give this one to Souls.
Okay.
So Souls, you have to pick a eight player defensive, like 8 defensive position players and a pitcher, starting pitcher,
All right.
off of our teams from 2000 to now.
2000 and now?
2000 to now. So the Mets, the White Sox, and the Yankees. You must include 3 players from each team.
Okay. Starting off with pitcher, we'll do 2000 now.
Go ahead and pick Mark Burley. All right.
Clemens.
Dick.
First base, I'll pick Paul Konerko. Second base, I'll pick. Do the Pirates count in this?
No. Neither do the Cardinals because it's just us here.
Okay. So the second
It
base.
just works out for the math that it's 3 each because we're here. So that's why. I did that.
Second base would be. God.
Chuck Knobloch, Kyle. Just say
He
it.
was fucking terrible.
Jacoby Jones.
Listen, he was average at best.
I'll go with Tadahito Oguchi. Shortstop, Jeter. Third base. What the hell's going on?
Something with Kendall's mic.
Third base would be.
Who's Clemens of the Yankees, right?
Yeah.
Such a fag.
David Wright. Right field would be Carlos Beltran of the Mets. Center field would be Aaron Rowan. And left. Do I have
The left fielder and the catcher.
Okay. One Mets, one Yankee, right?
No. Who did Rowan play for?
White Sox.
No, I didn't. Yeah, one Met. One Yankee.
Catcher would be Posada. No, catcher would be Piazza. Forgot about him. Clemens thrown to Piazza. And left field would be one of my favorite Yankees of all time, Ricky Leday.
All right.
Remember him?
So
The name sounds familiar.
Kyle's team, based off of three Mets, 3 White Sox, and 3 Yankees, would be pitching would be Roger Clemens. His infield would be Paul Konerko, Tadahito Iguchi, Derek Jeter, and David Wright. His outfield would be Beltran, Rowan, and Leday, and catching would be Piazza.
Yeah, it's a good squad.
They wouldn't win a World Series, though.
Oh, no.
They'd win like 90 games, though.
Freddie Garcia should have picked him.
The wheel goes round and round.
I like the occasional ping. I didn't think I spun it that hard.
Yeah, it had a lot of good momentum on it.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Oh!
All right, NFL player quiz. Hello.
Hello.
My name is Dominique Hickson.
Ooh!
I'm a wide receiver / return specialist.
Super average.
I played with the Denver Broncos in 06 and 07 and the New York Giants from 07 to 2012. I also had one stint with the Carolina Panthers from 2013, and I was a practice squad member for the Chicago Bears in 2014. I have 109 receptions for 1,400 yards with 7 touchdowns. I also have 80 kick returns for 1,900 yards and 1 touchdown, and 56 punt returns for 1 touchdown, 597 yards, and my career punt return length is long length, like longest punt return is.
Said he had 1 punt return touchdown?
Yep. So what's his longest punt return touchdown?
68.
I just wanted to say this. 68 is sticking because you already guessed it. But don't be fooled by the 1 touchdown thing, because there's actually a player, I forget who it was, but one of these popped up one time, and he was a return specialist. He had 1 punt return touchdown, and his long in his career was 107 yards. And I looked him up. His punt return touchdown was only a 52-yard punt return for a touchdown. He returned one from the back of the end zone to like the 3.
I was going to say, yeah, the long doesn't have to be the touchdown.
No, but a lot of people think it does,
Yeah.
including Machcine. That's why I asked.
No, I was just verifying. Kyle,
No, you go.
Kyle, it's in order. Just go. Wow.
Wait, hold on. What did Kelly guess?
68.
You should guess 69.
69.
Just that way he can't go in the middle. I'm not saying it's like close.
68 and a half.
I'm not saying it's close. I'm not saying it's close at all. I'm just saying that way it forces Mock to not be in the middle.
I think his long was 73.
That rat fuck gets it anyway. 79.
Ah,
Kendall loses.
I lose.
All right.
Shirt off.
Shotgun the Alley triple.
Oh, my
I
God.
need a straw thing, right?
Oh, nah.
Oh, nah. Oh, nah. I had a great time driving this week. Oh, nah, oh, nah, oh, nah.
All right. Let's do Souls versus Mock.
Which one is this?
Line up.
So we can't repeat players from before?
Nah, you can't. I don't give a fuck about that. Souls, you go first.
All right. You said we can?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a new dodgeball game.
I wasn't sure. I just wanted to clarify.
I'll go with Odell.
We're going to go out of the gate. Need a cannon arm. Paul's going to love it.
Rich
Jay
Cannon.
Cutler. He's going to hit his own guys, but I want Jay Cutler.
I'll take Mitch.
Mitch.
Trubisky.
Oh.
You dick.
He's really playing favorites here.
I'm not picking Kendall as.
I'm gonna go ahead and take.
Rex Grossman.
I'm gonna take Antonio Brown. Rex Grossman.
That's because you Bears quarterback.
I'll take Hines Ward.
Looks like Steph Curry's wife. Need someone that throws some heat. Give me Cliff Lee. I want Cliff Lee on the squad.
Somebody that throws heat.
Want Cliff Lee. He had some heat for a little while.
Souls?
I'll take Jacob DeGrom.
Clearly, Souls is playing favorites.
Yeah, I got one more.
No, you have 2 more.
2 more. All right, I'm gonna take David Wright.
So this has become not trying to build your best squad, but a piece
Well, no,
of Pearson
David
picking.
Wright's got a cannon arm from third when it's healthy, and he can catch. Last time Kendall critiqued me for going too defensive.
I'm just saying, you wanted to crap on my Tiger Woods pick.
Because Tiger Woods is a golfer.
How do you?
Souls?
What does that matter?
I'll take Ryan Tannehill.
Oh,
Tannehill.
Why? He can catch and he can throw.
Kyle, he can't catch nor can he throw.
He was a tight end in college.
Where'd he
had
go?
a tight end in college.
Texas A&M.
All right, let's save it for the category.
The Mr. Irrelevant pick here. I'm gonna take Kevin Durant. He's real lanky.
So, Reed, we have Odell Beckham Jr., Mitch Trubisky, Hines Ward, Jacob DeGrom, and Ryan Tannehill on Souls' team versus Mock's team of Jay Cutler, Antonio Brown, Cliff Lee, David Wright, and Kevin Durant.
So both these teams kind of have some attitudes here, and I just don't see Brown and Durant getting along. So for that, I pick Souls.
Fucking Homer.
Yeah, a bunch of two-way players. I wasn't gonna pick Mock.
Oh wait, did Paul do that?
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god.
It holds like 3 seconds.
Rebecca?
Oh,
Ooh, Rebecca has to do a shot. Rebecca, please pour her a shot.
we need to give you a little private stock.
I'll do one with you.
Yeah.
Just a snort.
You'll be fine.
If you want,
Stings the nostrils.
Kendall can hold the pump like a penis and pee on you.
I'll do one with her. Here you go, Rebecca. I'll do it with you so you're not in pain. But I'm not going to lie to you, it does taste like hairspray.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that tastes
No,
Yeah,
it
you
tastes like hairspray smells.
Gotta get that.
Effervescence.
Yes.
To your ice cream.
To your ice cream.
Oh yeah.
Nothing like chasing a shot of private stock with a 12% beer.
Like I said, have you ever smelt hairspray? Because that's what it tastes like. It's like spot on. It's unbelievable. Oh, come on. I want the hot dog eating contest.
Yeah, it is.
It's
a hot
on.
dog eating contest.
It's on that side of the pin.
5-person hot dog eating contest. So we're going to go Souls and me since Mock wanted to do it.
Damn it.
No, I'm just kidding. We'll do Mock and Kendall. Kyle will be the judge. Who's going to be the better hot dog eating contest? So Kendall and Mock, remember, you're on the team. You pick
want that
4
red one.
other people.
Please, first pick.
All right. Mock, you get the first pick.
Bartolo Colon.
I thought he was my Mark Henry.
That's a solid pick. I up the ante with Vince Wilfork.
Oh,
wow.
It's not too late to go Mark Henry.
I was thinking Mark Henry, but I needed Bartolo.
Get Mark.
Michael Phelps. That guy can eat.
Casey Hampton.
John Daly.
Um,
There's a golfer for you.
Kimo von Oelhoffen.
What?
A lot of Steelers greats.
I wouldn't call him.
He's
great.
actually the one that tore Carson Palmer's ACL.
Yeah, basically ruined his career.
Yeah, well, he wasn't that good anyway. CC Sabathia. Fat CC, though.
Talking Cleveland Indian CC.
Breed.
I'm gonna go with. I like Albert Pujols.
That guy's got a weak stomach.
All right, so Souls, it's Mike Mock, Bartolo Colon, Michael Phelps, John Daly, and CC Sabathia, Indian CC Sabathia, versus Kendall, Vince Wilfork, Casey Hampton, Keith Van Exel, and Albert Pujols.
I would have gave it to Mock, but I don't think Michael Phelps can do it.
Kyle, that guy eats 18,000 calories a day.
Vince
Nobody's
Wilfork
also-
is 18,000 calories.
Nobody picked The Rock.
The Rock was on the list, but I wasn't trying to do wrestlers.
Yeah, we're not gay.
I'm going to go with Kendall.
Thank you. Here's the
Fucking
Michael.
homer.
Listen, the Michael Phelps pick he's a Subway sponsor.
That's
He
a
can't-
sneaky pick.
I would have picked Tiger Woods, but
I had John Daly in there.
It's very trippy to watch the wheel on the screen.
On the
Landed
screen?
on red. Landed on red. Damn it.
Nah, we'll do the Souls NBA
See,
college trivia.
it's tough because there's no like beer in there for him to shotgun.
there's a Hofbrau. I've been preparing for this moment.
All right, so I'll prepare the team, and Souls or Mock or Kendall, you may pick the team. Which team is it?
Mark?
College basketball team. Pick a basketball team.
Pacers.
Jazz.
Souls,
Take
you ready?
that.
Yeah, which one are we going with?
Which one?
One said one, one said the other. All right, go.
I'm going with the Jazz.
Yeah, it was instructed for me to name a team. Kendall went
Alright,
out of order.
Souls.
He hesitated.
It's called thinking.
He who hesitates has private stock.
Bruins are winning 3-2. 2:13 left in the third, Paul.
All right, so hold on. Bruins are winning.
Bruins are up 3-2. 2 minutes left in the third.
All right, so Rudy Gobert,
France.
Ricky Rubio,
Spain.
These are universities.
Jamison Crowder,
Marquette.
Donovan Mitchell,
Louisville.
Tony Bradley,
North Carolina.
Kyle Korver,
Creighton.
Cretan.
Tavo Cephalosha,
Also Spain.
Royce O'Neal,
Also Spain.
USC.
oh, sorry, hold on. I got a congratulations. You just won a free iPad.
You're going to want to go ahead and submit that.
All right, so
Nice. We got a
Royce O'Neal, you said Spain?
That's at USC.
prize will land an iPad.
Kepe Aduo.
Also Spain.
Baylor.
I'll give you that. I think it was 2 colleges. Joe Ingles,
Australia.
Spain.
Grayson Allen,
Duke.
Derek Favors,
Georgia Tech.
I'm
Dante
hoping at
Exum.
the end that Paul's like,
I'm
you
sorry,
were
what was that?
wrong.
Dante Exum,
Also Australia.
Raul Neto,
Spain.
George Niang,
Drexler.
Iowa State.
Nas Matruo Long.
Roger Morris.
Who?
Nas Matruo Long.
I don't know what that is.
It's the whole roster, guess.
Can't go wrong with Spain.
Out of country.
What?
And
University.
Tyler
The
Kavanaugh.
globe.
Tyler Kavanaugh.
Yeah.
Virginia.
Tech.
Kyle, congratulations. You got 3 wrong, so you don't have to do the shot. Tyler Kavanaugh went to George Washington University. Nas Matruo Long went to Iowa State. And you got, which one did you get wrong? Oh, Royce O'Neal went to Baylor.
Okay.
Congratulations, Kyle. You only got 3 wrong, so you don't have to do a shot. Good for you.
Were you shocked the new Ekbi Adua?
Crazy.
Big money, no whammies, no whammies. All right. Everyone pick an NFL quarterback to sing a song. Any quarterback in history.
My pick is Eli Manning singing "Call Me Maybe."
From Carly Rae Jepsen?
Yes.
That'd be very funny.
The second you said that, that popped into my head instantly.
Ryan Fitzpatrick singing Hello.
From Adele?
Yep.
All right.
Rita should get in on this one.
Rita, pick an NFL quarterback to sing any song in any history. Any NFL quarterback to sing any song.
Into the microphone, please.
You go, then I'll do it. I need 1 moment to think.
Okay. Vince Young is going to sing Bob Seger's Turn the Page.
Randall Cunningham is
Ooh.
singing. Hold on. Randall Cunningham is singing "Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald."
Miss?
Eli Manning, hey,
Hey, yeah. All
That'd
right.
be a funny
This
one,
is
too.
exactly how it would go. Hey,
Hey, yeah.
no, he can't hold it that long. Hey,
Ho, ho. Shake it. shake it.
Like a Polaroid picture.
Just
All right, 5-person hot dog eating contest. Souls, you and me.
All right.
All right.
do I get to vote?
If you'd like to.
All right, I'm in.
All right, Souls, you can go first.
Frank Thomas.
Go Frank Thomas.
Yep.
All right, I want to go Doug Free.
Yeah, I would say his name, but he doesn't know who he is.
Say it anyway.
Wilson Asterillo.
Do you know who that is, Mark?
No.
All right. So you pick a new person.
All right.
He can be on the team, but
It's going to weigh against you.
He won't weigh heavy in the voting. I like the head bob he's doing. Who would eat a lot of hot dogs?
J.J. Watt.
I guess he's gonna break his nose.
AJ Przinsky.
Kyle's going with Mia Khalifa.
I'm going with Mia Khalifa.
Is that who you're really going with?
No, Shaq.
Oh, good pick.
See, I want to combat that with Michael Finley, but I don't think he knows who Michael Finley is.
You talking Jermichael?
No. Because Michael Finley's a fat fuck.
He was the basketball player, right?
Yeah, but I don't think you really know who he is.
He-
Glenn Baby Davis.
Oh, that's who I'm
Nice.
thinking of, actually.
Charles Barkley.
Fuck that guy. I don't know what it is. I can't stand him.
Oh, terrible.
Oh, he's awesome. $5 box of
All right,
rocks.
last pick.
Larry Brown. Coach of the Sixers.
According to Kendall, you need to have a golfer. Otherwise, he gets really fucking upset over there.
It's not a bad pick.
Larry Brown. Oh, that's so funny. Charlie Weiss.
Paul won. Can't.
So it's Souls, Frank Thomas, J.J. Watt, Shaq, and Charles Barkley versus me, Doug Free, A.J. Przinsky, Glenn Big Baby Davis, and Charlie Weiss.
This is a tough one because I think Shaq could really house some hot dogs.
Have you seen Charlie Weiss?
I think that Charles Barkley would eat more than Shaq.
I don't know. I just imagine Shaq just like shoveling these things in.
You can give it to Souls.
I think it's going to be Souls because I think Shaq and Frank Thomas are eating no
You know,
less.
I should have just went with the whole TNT crew, including Ernie Johnson.
Try to picture Ernie just put my bib on. Oh, God. Tired of the All-Star dodgeball.
Get sold another college one. He'll give you to buy McDonald's.
I think this is weighing it down.
He'll buy a McDonald's.
Right. Hot dog again. Machcine Washable will vote on Kendall and Kyle's teams.
Oh, Kyle gets to go again?
All right, fine. Mach, you
I'm
get to
kidding,
go.
I'm
Kyle,
kidding.
no, Kyle votes.
All right. Me and Kendall. Let's see how many golfers he votes for this time.
Phil Mickelson,
You can have the first vote.
Bubba Sparks.
First pick.
Sparks.
All right, I'm going to take...
Larry Allen.
No, I kind of like...
Today.
All right, I'm sorry.
Today.
He starts staring
Yeah,
up into space.
Vicente Padilla.
Oh, good name. I was thinking about him earlier.
He was traded for
Mock?
Kurt Schilling.
Prince Fielder.
Thanks. Uh-oh. Kendall?
Prince Fielder Sr.
Kendall?
Cecil Fielder.
Cecil Fielder.
Okay.
So I meant to say, I don't know why I said Prince Fielder Sr. I knew it was Cecil too.
This guy ate a fucking nacho during a game.
I want John Lackey.
Ooh, ooh.
Is he still in the league?
Yorvit Toriabla.
Give me trying to cycle around real quick. Give me Villanueva.
Which one?
The Steelers one.
Alejandro?
Not
Yeah.
Charlie.
Gross.
Ramon Castro.
Kind of going with this like prime backup catchers in the show.
And Mr. Irrelevant will be trying to think of another fat pitcher. You know,
David Wells.
Oh yeah, David Wells.
It's a good pick. Good pick.
Mock wins with David
That-
Wells.
that
That's
guy-
who I always think about when someone says fat pitcher.
That guy lives in hot dog
So
eating
it's
contests.
Mock, Prince Fielder, John Lackey, Andre Villanueva, and David Wells versus Kendall and a bunch of guys. I don't even remember the fucking names.
A bunch of scrubs, really.
Yeah, Mock's gonna win with
All right,
David.
last spin.
David Wells was good.
Last spin. We're
Final
giving it a good
spin.
one.
Imagine if we broke the wheel the first night.
It's really loud. This is a great pickup.
This is about the time. Hey, is there anyone at home you want to say hi to?
Yeah, let's say hi to Bob Souls.
I love when there was like everyone back in West Michigan.
The Melvinator.
Oh, Kendall.
Hey.
I think we do that. It's every one, right? Kendall,
Kyle,
could you please
Can you
get
present
yourself
him
up
his
here?
beer, please?
You have to be on camera. Mock, I would assume that you will be taking the standing
I'll tell you what.
hand over heart.
Let me go over this. I don't want to spill on the board.
I
That's
didn't say you have to do it there. I said to do it on camera.
That's what's going to be tough, too, is like I feel like I need to stand, but the mic isn't going to reach.
Then lean over.
But then I'm not really standing.
Yes, you are. You're standing and leaning.
Yeah. I wish we had like a...
Free mic.
Oh, wait.
Want to do that one?
Does that one work?
It works. I got to figure out which one it is.
Ah, never mind.
Just take the mic out of the stand.
No.
If you could do it in the way that the old lady does it in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, that'd be great.
While they're doing it, I'm gonna name more college players.
No, you're not.
No, this is the Pledge
Kyle,
of
where'd
Allegiance,
Noah
right?
Vonleh go to school?
Noah Vonleh,
Yeah.
Indiana,
Is that true?
100%.
All right.
This
Tatum.
is the Pledge of Allegiance?
Rebecca, I'm sorry for Kendall.
This is probably not a great idea to do down here.
I feel sorry for Kendall. I had 2 beers. This is going to be great.
But I know you. Now you're gonna have half the private stock.
So I'm soaked.
Yeah.
All right, Mock, stand up, please.
Does everyone have to stand?
No, just you.
Well, I mean, you gotta participate.
No.
Kyle, on your feet. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen. It's a great way to end the show.
Worked out that Rebecca's wearing a American flag dress.
Is that what you looked at? Her breasts?
No, I didn't say that.
You fucking perv.
But I'm saying, like, you're supposed to look at a flag. I was
Yeah,
trying
her
to...
breasts. You look at her breasts.
No,
Kendall,
no,
Mock
no.
looked at her breasts for the Pledge of Allegiance.
We're friends here.
All right. So thank you for listening to Getting Tortured Drunk. This is the 101st episode.
101.
We have 99 more wheel spins to go, just for shits and giggles. Wow. All right, no more wheel spins tonight.
You didn't even see what happened.
It just fell.
If you're wondering, it landed on the hot dogs. Make sure to tune in to Getting Tortured Drunk every Monday on the PPRN Radio Network. Machcine, where can they find us?
Be sure to find us and like us on Facebook and Instagram at Getting Sorted Drunk. Twitter is GSWD_4.
Make sure to use the hashtag GSWD for all your daily uses, whether it's crashing and burning a spin wheel or doing the Pledge of Allegiance.
Subscribe on Podbean, iTunes, Google Play, iHeartRadio,
Where
and
you find
Spotify.
podcasts, internet radio shows, you find us.
We are on the PPRN Radio Network, as the Riddler mentioned, every Monday night from 8 to 11-ish.
Boston won game 1, 4-2.
Boston wins game 1. Be sure to check out the Peter Pino Show. Is this the last week of 2 nights?
last week of 2 nights before he goes to Vegas.
Yeah. So this will be the last week of the Tuesday and Wednesday show from 7:30 to 10:30. Starting next week, it'll be exclusively on Tuesdays for, I believe, a month. Me and Kendall will be down there tomorrow. Check it out here on PPRN. Download the app.
Close to 1,000.
We're creeping. We're creeping. But yeah, a lot of good stuff. Buy a PPRN shirt. Link is on, I know it's on my Facebook, it's on the show's Facebook, and it's also from the PPRN Facebook account. Buy a shirt, help support us, keep things moving. We appreciate it.
So,
Now.
oh, now.
Oh, no.
Do some beer reviews?
Oh, yeah.
Real quick, I wanted to share some sports fun facts that I wanted to do this like kind of every week, but they've been posting slow. So, Chris Davis with a KH. Chris Davis has batted .247 exactly for 4 years in a row.
It's kind of unimpressive, but a cool stat.
Kevin Durant couldn't complete a single bench press rep of 185 pounds in the NBA Combine. Jacques Plante won the Stanley Cup in 5 consecutive years and has his name spelled on the cup in 5 different ways.
Just imagine. Be like, yeah, I'm about to go crush this combine. Someone help! Someone help!
In 1899, the Cleveland Spiders finished 84 games out of first place.
Wow.
Pat Riley trademarked the word three-peat in 1988 when the Chicago Bulls won 3 straight championships in the 90s. He was paid $300,000 in royalties. Mark Messier has taken the Stanley Cup to a strip club twice.
We've talked about that on the show before.
About to be 3 times.
Walt Bellamy holds the record for most games played in a season with 88 for the NBA. And Pierre-Edouard Bellemare knows 3 different languages and even went to medical school for a year. The final one, and we'll take it a shot trivia. How many stitches are there on an MLB baseball?
Oh, we talked about this.
Recently.
Yeah.
It was on Pete's old show. Were you listening to that when they
I don't
were...
know, but the McGriddles I'm about to eat in like 30 minutes are fantastic.
64.
It's something like that, I'm pretty sure. 77.
72. Pat, I'm telling you, that was the answer I had out of the gate.
108.
Damn.
Wow.
Well, fill me up, Mark.
So I started off with the Sip of Sunshine. It was, as always, a very great beer. It's just it's an all around like it's just that first like kind of like juicy, kind of like hazy IPA that was like really like I gotta have this. It's pricey for a 4-pack at $6.99, but it's very good. I kind of like the cloudiness and like the almost like I don't want to say pulpiness, but the textureness of it. I'm a big fan. And I finished off with the Legends moments in Yankees history, Budweiser.
Oh yeah, Kyle, do you want to read these years for me?
I would, but you owe a second shot.
Yeah. All right, Yankees World Series that were handed to them, all of them. All right.
Rebecca's more of a man than you are today.
Oh shit! What?
She didn't even complain about it.
And she's got titties.
Okay.
I know it's because I bought her an ice
Baron,
cream,
your
but
beer?
like,
I had the Cookie Puss birthday beer via the Riddler. Gave that to me, Captain Lawrence / Carvel. How much was it? 21, you said?
$21.99.
$21.99.
I think it's funny you said you gave it to him.
Well,
I did. I gave it to him. He's not
I'm
gonna.
going to pay him back.
Nah, he
knows
doesn't
that.
have to. It was a gift amongst friends.
From
One breast squeeze.
the region of New York, 7.5%. I got some nice ones. Darker color for a milkshake IPA. This is one of the weirdest beers I've ever had.
Well, hold on. This was your first real milkshake
Right.
IPA.
So the ice cream man was not a
drink
milkshake
more
IPA.
milkshake IPAs.
I think I would.
Because you want to try them or because you like them?
Because I want to try
Because it's
them.
a beer.
So for this, yes, I gave this one 3 stars and I said maybe. It's one of the weirdest beers I've ever
Is
had.
there any left?
Yes,
I want to try some.
Yeah. I'll send it your way.
Send it via Rebecca.
Via Rebecca.
Rebecca, why are you covering your mouth? Do you have like the AIDS? Oh. God, magic.
Souls, how was your beers?
the wrench was, it wasn't as such a sweet as I like it, but it was good. Would I get it again? Probably. And I had the Sip of Sunshine, which was...
So, the Cookie Puss tastes like a Guinness that you chased with a shot of, like, cake icing.
Yeah, it's weird.
Rita, please bring this back to Kendall. Sorry, I didn't mean to make you get up twice. Bend over.
I
That's what makes Mark laugh.
I let off with the Budweiser, which it is what it is. I mean,
Mark and I went reverse. Reverse.
It's a good cheap drinking beer. That's pretty much all there is to say about that. I had also the Sip of Sunshine IPA. I remember for a long time this was like the hot ticket in IPAs.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've had it. That's why I got it.
Yeah, and
Also because I usually stop at Amity Spirits in
Cheshire.
is it technically New Haven? Is
Westville.
Amity in Cheshire. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
There by the Five Guys.
Yep.
That's Westville technically.
Technically
Oh,
Westville.
yeah.
Westville of New Haven, right?
Yeah, same
So I usually stop there, but they were closed for Memorial Day, and I it's funny working as a liquor distributor. I was at 7 package stores this morning and didn't think to buy beer. So shout out to On the Rocks. No, I'm just kidding. So there's actually this other one, West Rock package store on the way that I stopped at. They were open,
yep.
and they didn't really have much of a craft beer selection, but they had this. I wish I bought the beer I saw this morning. I'm going to try to pick it up if they'll have it. I haven't had the double no filter yet, and they have the double no filter.
The funny thing
From
about
Hooker!
the funny thing about Sip of Sunshine is for a while to try and get it, it was almost like doing a drug deal in the liquor store.
Yeah.
We had to walk in and be like, "Hey man,
You got sip?
you got some," and he'd be like,
Well, Kendall, remember the first time you bought G-Bot and I had to pull it out from under the counter?
Yeah.
In a bag?
And there's only been 2 packs.
"Yeah,"
Mm.
but like,
Sauces of cheap.
and then they'd be like, "Oh man, I can only sell you one." Then fucking keep it.
That's when you pull out your gun and like,
Yeah,
you want to dance?
it was horrible.
The Mets were up 3-2. We're going into the 6th, and now
What
they're
were we
on
talking about?
8-3.
I was Googling something. Well, before you started talking about beer, I had the word how in Google.
I don't know.
What were we talking about?
How do you drink beer? I have no idea.
How many nipples?
Okay, they're now down
does
8-3.
Rebecca have?
Say they're now down 8-3.
Yeah.
Wait, what was
You were up 3-2, now you're down 8-3.
I thought we were going in. We were leading 3-2. I see what you
You
said.
were going into the 6th, leading 3-2, and then I looked back, down 8-3.
I didn't.
All right, so you look back, what, within the next 13 seconds?
Yeah. It was kind of like how Vince Velasquez pitched yesterday.
Ding Dong City. All right.
Oh, very good.
Well,
On
thank you
that
for listening
note-
to Getting Sports with Drunk on the PPRN Radio Network. Again, make sure to tune in this week, Tuesday and Thursday, 7:30ish to 10:30ish for the Peter Pino Show. Moving forward after this week, it will be just Wednesdays, right?
Just
Just
Tuesday.
Tuesdays.
Just Tuesdays from 7:30ish to 10:30ish. As our fearless leader will be out in Vegas.
Yes.
But the Getting Sports with Drunk podcast internet radio show debacle will always be found Mondays from 8 to 11.
Yeah!
Be sure to tune in, and like Mark said, go check out all of the Getting Sports with Drunk guys' Facebooks, as well as the Getting Sports with Drunk's Facebook, to find the PPRN t-shirt link. Buy a shirt. It ends today. It's a great cause. You know, it's a help to help fund the station, so no profits made. But until next week, I'm your hostess, Cupcake, the Riddler.
I'm Mark.
Sheen washable.
Nah.
I'm
Come on.
Milwaukee Souls.
And I'm the Red Baron.
Yeah.